Why are BMs filled with such self-hatred? I don't know if anyone has seen Young Thug's new song or his album to where he is, hey, how you doing, Prada? Young Thug has an album cover now where he has changed his skin to look like a Caucasian. And he has a song where he repeatedly drops the N word with the hard R over and over and over and over again. And I just had a question of in 2025, where black people are being strange fruited on trees, what would be the point of having an album cover where you transform into a Caucasian and then start calling your audience, which is filled with black people, in words with a hard R? That is my question. And Young Thug's behavior is not anything that is unusual to black men. The self-hatred is very prevalent amongst black men. That's the reason why black men are known for dating out, known for lusting after white tea women and anybody that isn't black. It's not like that we don't know this is a problem in the black community, that black men specifically suffer from a deep-seated self-hatred. And I want to talk about that today, because all the time we talk about, black women and weaves and wigs and lashes and all of these things. And we try to make it seem like black women are self-hating, and they're not. But then we see black men do things like this and we just are silent. And I think, for one, it is something that needs to be talked about. And I think that the collective of black men expect black women not to say anything. And honestly, most of the time, black women don't say anything. They just let it go by. They let it go past. And that to me is concerning. But you guys, I'm going to go get a copy of his album cover and show it to y'all. That way you can see what I mean. I went back to get the picture so you guys can see. This is the picture of Young Thug right here. And honestly, I find, not trying to be funny, but dark-skinned black men, not dark-skinned black women, but dark-skinned black men, in my opinion, possess the most self-hatred that I've ever seen. So I'm not surprised that this would be something that he would do to himself, which is, give himself light eyes and give himself white skin and all of that. That is extremely weird. And, I really want to talk about, like I said, black men and their self-hatred. And a lot of times I feel like as black women, there are a lot of black women and black girls who end up hating themselves because they start to view their self through the lens of a self-hating black man. Hopefully that makes sense to you. You will have black men that don't love themselves, that don't love their blackness, that deep down inside want to be white tea men. And because they hate who they are, they will tell you that you are not enough and that you are not attractive. But at the root cause of the issue is that these men hate themselves, and they hate you too because you are also connected to blackness. And that's something that is very important, because I think also a lot of the problems in the black community are rooted in black men's self-hatred. And you know what? I think that a lot of the problems that black women have when they are in relationships, whether it's a romantic relationship, whether it's a parental relationship, whether it's a brother and sister relationship, I believe a lot of the difficulties that black women face in interacting with black men is rooted in their self-hatred. And until we as black women can recognize a self-hating Negro, they will continue to cause major problems in the black community. Because it's no way that you gonna tell me that you've been in jail all that time. You done had all that time to think, all that time to reevaluate your life decisions. And you mean to tell me the first thing that you do when you come out of prison after fighting for your life and your freedom for an extremely long time, you decide to make a song with the N word, with the hard R, and color your skin white? What in the world? What in the world? What in the world? So instead of coming out, right, and trying to make songs about to help young black men, young black boys coming up and tell them, hey, don't go the way that I went. Stay out of jail, stay out of prison. Don't do anything that is, against the law or illegal. This is what you got to do, black men, black boys. You decide to make an album with your face white and talk about calling black people the N-word with the hard R on it. You want to do things that our oppressor does? What? Like, and this type of behavior, like, because you will, anytime you ever talk about like, rap music and the effect that rap music has had on black men and black boys, you'll always get a black man that will come up here and say, oh, they couldn't help it. It was the white T-man. The white T-man told them to do that music. The white T-man was going to give them some money. So that's the reason why they had to make that gangster music. Like, what? So you mean to tell me that you want to sell out your community for $1? Because you could have said no. Just like Young Thug could have said no. Honestly, y'all, what do y'all think went through this man's mind? What do you think went through this man's mind? That's what I want to know. For sure. Yes, and I agree, 200, Maya. Black men have the lowest racial self-esteem of anybody, of anybody on the planet. And there is nobody that's going to change my mind about that. For real, for real. I really do believe that black men have the lowest, collectively, black men have the lowest racial self-esteem out of anybody. And it's proven every day. It's proven in the music that they make for each other to consume. It's proven in the way that they treat each other and the women in their families. It's proven in the way that they deal with their children. It's proven in all of these things. It's proven in the fact that black men have a reputation for lusting after their oppressors' daughters. Because I say this all the time, but the first time you get into it with somebody of another race, especially a woman, the first thing she gonna tell you, oh, your men don't like you. They like me. They like me. They like me. They like my straight hair. They like my this, that, and the third. That's the first thing that people say. Is that the first thing that these men of other races tell black men? No, they don't. They don't tell black men, oh, yeah, all black women love me, because they know that's not the truth. But super villain, hey, how you doing? You said, what are you saying? Girl, this is Young Thug. He painted his skin white for his album cover as he was using the N-word with the hard R. Let's see here. 200 Maya, you said you don't see how other black men are humiliated by mess like this. Me neither. Me neither. I don't get it either. I really genuinely don't understand. I don't. And, that, like I said, I don't understand why we don't have more conversations about this. Like, for real. And I think that we should. Because there are a lot of black women and black girls who I'm most concerned about running around here with low self-esteem, running around here hating themselves because a black man or a black boy has said something to them out of pocket. And now they're questioning their reality. And there's literally no reason why you should question your reality when black men are filled to the brim with self-hatred. Let's see here. 200 Maya, you said, if a black woman did this, she would be fully exiled from the black community as a whole. Girl, do you know if a dark-skinned black woman made an album cover where she changed her skin to white and gave herself light eyes? It was out there in the album. She was saying the N-word with the hard R. Bro, bro. She would be everything but a child of God. That would be the talk of TikTok for the next 2 weeks about why all black women hate themselves, why black women realize that they're ugly and nappy-headed, and that's why you want to Photoshop your skin white because you know you're just a lowly, ugly, nappy-headed black woman. What? Yes, she would be dragged for filth. Imagine if Meg the Stallion, let's see here, Dre 218, you said, don't I have a job, shawty? My job is smacking and spitting on your daddy. Did you know that your daddy likes to be degraded, Dre? That's my job. My job is to put my foot in the back of your daddy's head. That's what I do. Your dad likes me to stomp all over his back. And he pays me very, very well. That's my job. Oh, I have a daddy. Yeah. And that's my thing. Is like, y'all be having a lot to say in the comments, but then when I send y'all a request to get up here, y'all never do. Y'all never do. And this is my job. Okay? And if you had a job or a family to focus on, you wouldn't be in my life bumping your gums. But here you are here, Dre. So you must be mad that I'm talking about your boyfriend. I'm sorry that I'm talking about your boyfriend, Dre. Okay? And don't be mad that your daddy is always in my DMs asking me to spit on him. That's not my fault. So do better. But I'm going to go ahead and block you because I don't do well with people that are cowards, that don't want to get in the box, but they got a lot to say. I'll give you 3 seconds to get in the box, but I know that you won't. Because just like you're concerned if I got a job, okay, let me just block you. You keep saying get a job. I already told you I got a job, Dre. I'm really serious about this. My job is degrading your daddy. Your daddy asked me to stomp on him and spit on him. He licks the bottom of my shoes. I honestly, let me block you. Bye. Bye. See you. Dre, this is goodbye. Because, like I said, it's not fun when they want to say all type of stuff in the comments. But anyway, like I was saying, just like everybody was saying in the comments, if a black woman did, look, let me show y'all again for anybody that just came in here. If a dark-skinned black woman did this right here, if a dark-skinned black woman did this right here, black men would be somewhere jizzing in their pants at the opportunity to drag all black women and say that none of us love ourselves. Well, that's what they already knew. And what's crazy is they dragged Spice for it, and Spice was trying to say that, black women shouldn't have to do that. How black women have been forced to feel insecure because of their skin complexion, dark skinned black women. That's what's wild. Do you think Young Thug is trying to bring awareness to colorism? No, no. He only did this because this is his fantasy. His fantasy. That's why he's going on to use the N-word with the hard R. I heard that song, y'all, and I know the Young Thug is black, but I felt very, very, very uncomfortable. Uncomfortable with what he was saying. Like, for real. I felt super uncomfortable. So it's just like, come on now. Like, ugh. All right. Let's see here. What's your name? Stina Diaz says, that is not why he's doing that, literally, bro. Be for real. What are you saying, Stina Diaz? I don't know what you mean. Can you explain it to me? I sent you a request to get in the box. Like, what do you mean it's not why he's doing that? What I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Hey, how
Okay,
you
yeah.
doing?
I'm good. So I believe the reason why he's doing it is because during the trial, they were trying to use his lyrics against him as far as saying what he was saying, which obviously we know what he meant if you a black person. But fighting in court, he was trying to negate that the things meant what they meant. So I believe that this is him actually taking a stab at are trying to poke holes in the opposition of, hey, well, this music is bad, or his music dictates X, Y, and Z. So he's like, look, if I say the hard ER, will y'all still think the same? If I'm a white on the cover, will y'all still treat it the same? It's almost like he's trying to figure out, he's trying to place a highlight on the injustice that
Did
black
he say
rappers.
that? Did you see him say that anywhere?
You don't
Skinny?
have to say it. Do you see anybody say
Uh
anything that you believe?
okay. I mean, you can believe it if you like him, but I don't believe that's the case. Young Thug is an ignorant hood booger. Like if you are applying way too much intelligence and way too much thought to what this man is doing. He was literally on trial for criminal behavior. Like he was literally on multiple jail calls talking about how he disrespects his girl. He's cheating on her while he's in jail. The man was out here wearing dresses and skirts and all of these other things. And you actually think that he has this type of foresight to really mean that? That's
I
like
absolutely
actually nuts
do.
to me.
He's been dealing with legal counsel for over 2 years. One, two, just because where you come from, his diction and the way he presents may not be as chiseled as most of us. And I could just say that because I live in Atlanta and I know how they talk down here. I'm
I used
only
to live in
saying this
Atlanta too.
because yeah, I'm only saying this because he went through all of this specifically based off of the lyrics in his music. I
He
believe this
also
is
went through it due to gang ties. Like you don't
correct,
know,
but I
you live
think
in Atlanta, so you know
you're
Young
asking
Thug
why
is
he
part of a gang,
specifically
right?
said the words that he said and the
Okay,
reason why
Cena,
the cover is a
hold
cover.
on. So, do you or do you not know that Young Thug is part of a gang? Yes or no?
Correct.
Okay, so then why are we acting like that this is some type of law-abiding citizen dude that's
Do
misunderstood?
you have to
He's
be
not.
law abiding to think? I mean, like, let's be for
You
real.
have to be
Even if
law-abiding
this isn't
for.
an original thought, Chat GPT is a thing. Like, I just don't think that what you're saying is not far. It's what I'm saying is not far fetched,
No, it
especially at a
is
time where
far-fetched
access
because he
and
didn't
the
say it.
ability to do whatever is whatever.
It is
And he even
okay.
changed
So all
the
right, all right, all
YSL.
right. I see we got a Young Thug staying up here. Once again, you are putting on what this man has saying. He didn't say none of this. You're saying it. He didn't say that. And that's my thing. He didn't say it. So it's like I don't understand what you're saying. They said that his album is called UI Scuddy. It's a name for a red supergiant that may be the largest star in the known universe. That doesn't sound like anything that you're talking about. If that was the case, it would be, hey, flipping the script, double standards, something of that nature. That doesn't sound like anything that you're saying. So, like, you can be a fan of a man that's a criminal and a misogynist and a cheater and all of those things if that's what you want to do. But you making all of this into your mind because you like this man is weird. But I'm gonna unmute you so you can go ahead. I'll give you another minute. Go ahead. You there? I sent you a request to turn your mic on.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
So you didn't ask me if I was a fan. You didn't ask me about anything else. You asked specifically about the artwork and the lyrics.
I
So
know you're
I'm
a
not a
fan.
fan. I'm not this person who just goes and listens to Young Thug. I don't care about his drops. I barely followed really outside of the major updates his trial. So what
So
I'm
if you
telling you
barely
is,
followed him, then how do you know in intimate detail what this man said is the
girl,
reasoning
I'm
behind his
giving you a
album when
perspective.
it's
Nothing is
nowhere that he said that?
absolute. There's no way that you think anything is absolute at
It's no way
all.
that you think that anything is absolute. Because if what
Correct.
I'm
So
saying is not
you can't
absolute,
be
then
right
what
or
you're saying is not
wrong.
absolute. What
It's
I'm if,
not. I'm
okay
giving
then.
you an
So then we can
opinion.
say that if you want to believe that this man right here has some type of deep thought
It
behind what
sounds
he's
like
saying.
confirmation bias.
What? The confirmation bias is on your behalf, ma'am. You're the one that
No,
came up
it's
here to.
not. It's
You're the
not
one.
because if
You're
I went based
blah,
off,
da, da, da. You're the one that came up here to cape for a bandit. Okay, you did, not me. You came up here to cape for a no good black man that cheats on every woman that he gets with, not me. So I don't understand what you're talking about. And this is my thing: is that I really wish that black women will really stop the games. Like, I respect honesty more than I respect anything else. You could have just came up here and said, you know what? I heard you talking about Young Thug. I'm a stan. I really like this man. Instead of coming up here and acting like you didn't know. In real time, I fact checked what you had to say. This man said nothing about what you said. So everything that you just said about that is literally out of your own mind, completely delusional. That's what's scary. There are black women that will literally bend over backwards to defend a man that would not spit on them if they were on fire. That is so strange. Like, and every time I come across black women that do this, it's always so mind-boggling to me. Like, you willing to come up here and overtalk me. I never seen you a day in my life on my live panel. You know you're not supposed to be talking over me and doing all that stuff. But you're willing to do that for an ashy, dusty, criminal bandit. What? Like, do you know how much of a insane black woman you have to be to do that? Completely nuts. Completely nuts. You see what I'm saying? Like, oh my goodness, such a psychopath. Then she over talk about some, no, see what young thug was talking about. What really he meant when he turned his skin white, he was really talking about the gravitational pull of the earth. And then he was talking about Newton's law. And then he was talking about, global warming. And see, the global warming, and that's the reason why. And see, also what he was talking about when he said that was the square root of 32 plus 8 minus 7 times equal. Fraction this out, divide this plus this, because that's what he had really meant. Yes, I know that I heard him say the N-word with the hard R, but no, that's not what he meant though. He actually meant that black people, we as black people are kings and queens, and we are the best. Like, what? 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 Like, I mean, okay, so, can y'all tell me, am I tweaking? Am I tweaking? Or was she crazy or not? Look, y'all can tell me the truth. Was I tweaking? Am I tweaking? Or was she crazy? Or was she a stand? Like, am I tweaking? I really need to know, y'all. Please let me know. Please let me know, chat, because that was crazy. That was crazy. And you know what? Honestly, I never thought out of anybody that I post, like, Young Thug? You want to come and defend Young Thug? Ma'am, ma'am, ma'am. What are you doing? What are you doing? And you know what I find though? Because she talk about I live in Atlanta. I lived in Atlanta too. And I don't live in Atlanta anymore, but I did. And when people live in Atlanta, they act like nobody know nothing about the people that be there but them. And it's just like, anyway, that's a whole nother talk about, Atlanta. But all I'm going to say is that lady was definitely on some other stuff for real. Delusional. Anyway, and you see what I'm saying? Like, look. Imagine, let me see if I can use a rapper. What's a black rapper right now? Okay. So imagine if Meg Thee Stallion turned around and did this to her album. And there were black men having a discussion about Meg Thee Stallion. Do you think that there will be even one black man, even one, that will come in alive full of black men and defend Megan Thee Stallion for changing her skin to white? Exactly. But you know what I find though is that no matter what black men do, no matter what how black men present, no matter what character a black man is representing himself to be, it is always a goofy black woman that will stand up for him, that will protect him, that will uplift him, and all of that. And that is really the reason why black men will never get it together collectively. Black men will always take black women for granted. Black men will always play in black women's face because they know that even if you, whoever's listening to me right now, even if you won't let them play in your face, they know that they got 20 other black women that will let them play in their faces. And that's sad. That's sad. And I'm really tired of coming across so many black women infected with the spirit of mammy. For real. Like, when are you going to stop being a mammy? When are you going to stop being a Pikmi? When? You not tired? You not tired? Like, it's just crazy. Like, I don't know, man. It's very upsetting to me. Very upsetting to me. And this is the reason also why, you know, I feel like there are a lot of black women that end up hating themselves because these black men that are self-hating infect them with the same virus. And that it's because so many black women take everything that black men say as like fact. You know what I'm saying? That they actually, apply that in their real lives. Hopefully y'all get what I'm saying. Go ahead, PB Diva. I'll set your timer for you. Go ahead, sis. You had anything to say, or did you request it by mistake, PB Diva?
Oh, it was a mistake.
Okay, no problem.
Sorry.
No problem. You know what, Amina, girl, it's crazy. Like, I mean, this I probably should talk about this though, to be honest with y'all. Like, what do you guys think that we can do about pick-me's? Like, what is the percentage of black women that are pick-me's that you think that that we can actually redeem? Like, I do you think that there are any black women that are pick-me's that can be rehabilitated? Or do you even think that it's worth the time to do? Because that black woman that came up here to defend Young Thug, that was just like it just was mind-boggling. You know what I'm saying? And she had a lot of energy, rah energy to me. But I can guarantee you, probably when she goes on those men's platforms, those black men's platforms, she probably don't raise her voice at all. Because she knows if she do, then she gonna be everything but a child of God. But I don't know. Let's see here. Miss Christy, baby, you said it's mental illness at this point. Girl, I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know what to say. It's very upsetting to me. Like, truthfully. Strength and unity. Did you have anything to say? Or did you request it by
Yeah,
mistake? Oh, okay, I got you. Let me start your timer.
I'm with you.
All right, go
Yeah, I
ahead.
just want to. I don't think black men are filled with self hatred. I think black men are starting to feel like they're not needed, and they're starting to feel unwanted, and they're starting to
Can you
try to
prove that?
feel they're feeling. Huh?
Do you
So
have any
what?
like? I said, do you have any facts or stats to prove that point that black men aren't filled with self hatred?
Well, I mean, statistics are not facts either. So I mean, I'm just giving my opinion. I don't think there's
How is a
anything that
statistic
can
not a
prove
fact?
anything to be a fact. So
So a stat is
because
not a fact.
they don't test statistics are not a fact. They don't test enough people. I mean, United States alone, we have like think like what 15, maybe more million black people. So it's just like it's no facts. If they only test like 500,000, that still wouldn't be enough to call a statistic a fact.
That's a
So
study, not a
yeah,
statistic,
it's no
sir.
fact. But my
That's not
piece
a,
is
yeah. Okay, so let me just tell you really quickly here. You said a statistic is not a fact. I think that maybe you don't know what a statistic means. So let me give you the definition, right? From the Oxford Dictionary. Okay? A statistic is a fact or a piece of data from a study of a large quantity of numerical data. So once again, a statistic is a fact or a piece of data from a study of a large quantity of numerical data. I did not drop that, man. He just left. And this is my thing is that there are so many black men that are completely uneducated buffoons that it's just like, how can I talk to you when you don't know that the literal definition of statistic means fact, goofball? Like, what are we talking about? Y'all have got to stop watching TV and watching sports all day. Because what in the world? Do y'all read books ever? Did y'all go to college? I did. Did you graduate? I did. I don't get it. I really, you know what? You know what? This man came up here and said, yeah, you know, I think black men, we don't have self-hatred. We're unwanted. We don't feel needed no more. I will tell you what, if you're a black man and you don't know what statistic means, you're not needed. You're not needed. Get in the kitchen and make me a sandwich. Okay? Go out there and clean out the gutters. Go mow the lawn. Go take out the trash. Go clip my toenails because you're not needed for nothing else other than harsh manual labor. Because what are we talking about here? Like, this is disturbing. And it's crazy because I'm going to tell y'all a secret. I be hoping that some black men will come up here and represent properly. And you know what? 99% of the time, they never do. They never do. Y'all just show everybody, all these black women that frequent my lives and my chat, all you do is show them that y'all are stupid collectively. And that should be embarrassing to y'all. Honestly. Because it's crazy because I know that there are a lot of black women that follow me that are on the fence about men and are on the fence about black men specifically. And all y'all do is just prove them like to where they need to go to the side and be like, yeah, no, I ain't interested in these numb nuts. Like it's I don't know. It's ridiculous. Like honestly, it's so embarrassing. You know, it's so embarrassing. Like I be embarrassed for y'all. I be embarrassed for black men. It be so ridiculous. Like, and then that man left. He left. And I know why he left. He left because he was humiliated. Because he didn't know nothing. And it's like, if you hear me speaking, I know that I get wild on here and I make jokes and stuff. And, I use AAVE and everything. But I don't think that it can ever be misconstrued that I'm an intelligent person. So my thing is that you already hear that I have some type of intelligence, some type of IQ, some type of education. So why come up and even attempt to have a conversation with me when you don't know anything at all? Your vocabulary is on zero. Your comprehension and critical thinking is on zero. You never try to educate yourself. And this is what I said yesterday. You don't have to go to college, right? To educate yourself. Not nowadays in 2025. You can get a full education on your phone. You know what I'm saying? You can. And these men with free information at their disposal choose to still be uneducated. And that's disturbing. to me. Anyway, let's see here. Naomi, you said, are you talking about Thug's album cover release? Well, I'll tell you what, I'm talking about his album cover. Absolutely. I'm also talking about the fact that this man has a song using an N-word with the hard R. I feel like all of these things just prove that black men as a collective are buck broken and ignorant and also a danger to the community and a joke, you know? And that is like at the time frame that we're in right now, where black people are getting strange fruited, where there are white people looking for a reason to start a civil, you know what, and start unaliving black people. This is what you want to do with your artistry, your so-called artistry? Miss Chrissy, baby, why is this young thug? He changed his skin Caucasian. Yes, yes. Uh-huh. Self-hatred, self-hatred. You know what I'm saying? It's really, 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 really disturbing. And just like Naomi said, at some point, you've got to pick a side. You've got to be a black man that stands up. And if you say you don't like black women, because I think Young Thug is a little zesty. So if you're the love of your life are men, why aren't you standing up for black men? Why are you adding to the self-hatred and the delusion that black men have? I really need to know. Why? Why? And like I said, the only reason why this isn't being talked about everywhere is because a black woman didn't do it. If any black woman, if Glorilla did this, if Meg Thee Stallion did this, if Mona Leo did this, if Ken the Man did this, you know what I'm saying? This would be the topic of discussion for the next 2 weeks about why black women don't love themselves. That's what would be going on. So it's just like, this grace that we give black men has got to stop, man. For real. For real, for real, for real. It's insanity. Insanity. And I'm going to call it out every day. Period. Are you
Crazy
there?
that
Let me start your timer for you, Naomi. Go ahead.
it's crazy that this just I literally just saw this, and Thug used to be one of my like go-to rappers. I love his voice, but like over the last couple years, especially after this court case that he had with the whole Rico stuff, I feel like he has to do this. Like, unless he is purposely trying to just be ignorant on purpose, he's probably doing this because this is probably the part of the deal that he probably signed, is to continue to promote the same BS that these other artists are contracted to. Because at some point, like you said, like, we know that music is harmful to the BLK community. Not saying that you can't make that music, but why is your target focus on making terrible, problematic music? I know you have more to talk about. There has to be. Unless he is dropping this album, because we don't really know what's going to be on the album yet. But I know it's going to be a bunch of full of nonsense, because that's what the picture is displaying. He's literally displaying himself covering his ears to probably block out all the haters. It's probably what he's I'm assuming what his artistry is displaying. So it's like, we got to stop following these people. And the only reason why they're mainstream is because the media wants to push out the people who are the most problematic. When I started doing my artistry, I thought I was going to take off because everybody likes my art. I'm a great artist. But then I realized it's all a part of the game. The reason why there's not that many people, like Andre 3000, he just dropped an album a couple years ago. Why isn't his sound being played like and pushed like these other artists? It's because they don't want to. And as black people, until we start forming our own systems, until we start coming together and blocking out the noise that these other groups are trying to overwrite us, we never can progress. because they have a hand in this. And the hand is to bring us down.
Okay, all right, all right, all right. I'll say this. I don't believe that we'll ever be able to do that as long as we include black men in it, because they're never going to turn away from their unaliving music that they enjoy, that they actually live by. Like, there are so many studies that have been done that shows that young black boys are influenced by rap music, and sometimes it is a precursor to criminal behavior. So my thing is, this is yeah, I think that that's not going to be anything. We're not going to be able to join together. And rap music is not black women's number one thing that they're into, nor are they affected by it. And I did want to mention, you mentioned something about Andre 3000. Yeah, yeah, that album that he had was a flute album. It was just like an instrumental album. So I don't think that that was really gonna hit with the demographic that Young Thug is catering to at all, which is the Pookies and Ray Rays. I don't think that there are cultured enough to want to listen to that. But like I said, I really do feel like the only thing that we can do in a black community, as far as for black women, is when we see things like this, speak out about it and make sure that everyone knows that we are separate from it. And that's the reason why I say that, like, black women and black girls have to make their own lane. You've got to stop sharing in the sins of black men. So when people talk about the black community, the problems in the black community, you need to make sure that everyone knows that the majority, 95% of the problems in the black community are caused by black men. The crime problem, the single motherhood epidemic, the incarceration issues, all of these things all are strictly at black men's doorstep. It's not black women. We're not doing that on any notable statistical level. We're not. And that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what can we do? Thanks so much for coming up, Naomi. What else can we do? So the only thing that I wanted to do is, yes, the crime, exactly. We're not doing that. So it's like, I sat there and watched this. I'll just tell y'all something. This is it's related, but it's sort of unrelated. I do not get down with white Christianity, right? If you are a white Christian, I already know that 95% of the time you're a racist, bogus person, and God is not in you. Christ is not in you. You're not, right? But I saw this Christian nationalist preacher man, white man, talking about how he would allow a black person into his church to be a member in his church, but they couldn't bring in black culture because black culture is unaliving and robbing and degradation and disrespect and all of these things. And all of this stuff that he was saying, even though it was racist, right? And it was totally racist because white men do all of those things. I say this all the time. White men are the biggest rapists of children, the biggest rapists of their daughters, the biggest people that are touching their own kids in their own households and everything. So he shouldn't be saying nothing about nothing. But when people talk about crime and black culture being violent and dangerous, they're never talking about black women. Never. Somehow, though, we get put in the whole pot with black men. We share in the sins that we don't even do. And that's the reason why I will always say that as a black woman, a black girl, you need to make sure that when people ever tell you things like this, you say, hey, that's not us. That's not us. Statistically, that's not us. So get out of my face. You know? Yes, and definitely white tea women are raising school pewers. They are raising mass unalivers. They are raising PDF files. They are raising misogynistic lunatics. But nobody ever talks about that. People act like white women and their sons come out fantastic when they don't. Which is, once again, it's more white tea delusion. Because the biggest trick that white tea people have done to the world is try to make it seem like everybody else is the bad and need to be watched when they're the main ones that need to be watched. The main ones that need to be watched. They be doing all type of stuff. They're the main perpetrators of white collar crime. So they'll tell you don't steal some food or some shirts and shoes from a department store or a grocery store, but they'll be out here siphoning and embezzling millions and millions and millions of dollars. But somehow they have managed to make a person that stole something for $20 be looked at far worse than somebody embezzling bajillion dollars. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's real crazy. Or how they call people that get food stamps. Look at you taking a government handout for getting those food stamps. But all of these big billionaires like Jeff Bezos, he didn't even pay taxes last year. That's a handout. You're supposed to be paying taxes. That's a handout. But somehow they have made it to be like, that's not a big deal. So it's like, yeah. White tea people have really managed to really mess everybody's brain up and make it seem like everybody else is the worst of the worst, when they still commit the most crimes statistically. They do. So it's just like the only thing that is higher is the rate that black men unalive each other. Like, that's it. Everything else, they got it. They got it. Unaliving their women, unaliving their kids. Anyway, it's not even about that. I'll just say, like I said, the only thing that we can do to combat this bird brain behavior by these black men is to just speak up and talk about it. That Young Thug. Anybody asking about this picture? This is Young Thug's newest album cover picture. This man photoshopped himself Caucasian. And he is in his song using the N-word with the hard R on it. Yes, they did. They made his skin a whole lot lighter. Okay? And gave this man blue eyes. This is what Young Thug wishes he could be. And I think that that's something else that we don't talk about. Is that a lot of black men have been buck broken to the point to where they envy and idolize white tea men. Not realizing that they're not anybody to ascribe to be. But somehow, black men have been so buck broken that they feel like they want to emulate the white tea man. And that's actually where all of these black men that talk about red pill this, red pill that comes from. Like, red pill, all of this stuff that these black men talk about, submission, 50-50, the coffee dates. All of this stuff came from white tea men. All of it. And my thing is that I wish that black men would understand that you trying to play the white tea man's game is never going to work out for you. Because it wasn't meant for you. It was meant for them. You don't have any societal power to try to control anybody. And that is, in my opinion, and I'm just thinking about it right now, black men don't even have any societal power to control black women. But the reason why they're able to control black women is because they indoctrinate black girls and young black girl babies as they're coming up. And so they're able to control black women through the chains of indoctrination that they do when you are in your formative years. And if you start unplugging from that, then black men will literally have no control over you at all. And that is something that I truly think that black women and black girls have got to understand. The indoctrination of black women to mammy, to be a Pikmi, to prize a black man above all else, even above yourself, starts when you are very, 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 very young. you know? And I really wish that we could talk about this, because if we can stop black women from, or at least I don't think that we can stop the indoctrination, but if we can recognize the indoctrination and fight against it, there will be, and do that at a young age, like when you are in your preteens, your teen years, and you realize that, call the police. You don't protect a black man. He should protect himself. Because does he protect you? No. So why are you somewhere protecting him? Until, if we can get that to be programmed into the girls when they are young, then there will be less black mammies when they get older. Like the lady, if y'all was here from the beginning, like the black lady that came up here that was trying to defend Young Thug. You know? Because it's a lot of mammies out here. It's a very strong spirit of mammying that lives in a lot of black women. Yes, just like Supervillain said, heavy anti-Pikmi self-love campaign for sure. Hey, Chilotam. Let me see your Miss Chrissy baby. Let me tell you something. Miss Chrissy baby, this girl came up here and said that Young Thug, he made his album cover white because he was trying to fight against the system and all of this stuff that she was trying to make it seem like he was so deep. I was like, girl, that man ain't say none of that. I said, did you see him say that anywhere? She talk about some no. What? Just dumb. Just dumb. No, I am not joking. For real. Let's see here. Fox Hotbox says a BM should have nowhere to hide when they do wrong all the time. Exactly. Like, and even if y'all think about like, I think her name is Naziah Harris, right? The young black girl that was preyed upon by all of these nasty, dirty, trifling PDF file black men and then ended up being unalived. Do you know how many black women allowed that to happen by protecting that black man? Like that unalived her? That man had plenty of X charges for abuse against children. And black women were always still up in that man's face. Cooking for that man. Letting that man live with them. Having intercourse with that man. Like, these things that black men do cannot continue to go on. Until it's going on because of black women's acceptance of it. That's all I'm saying, y'all. For real. Ridiculous. That's why I really feel like we've really got to start telling young black girls that a black man is not your savior. He's not your protector. And you are not Superwoman. And it is not your duty to protect a black man or a black boy. Period. Because who is indoctrinating black men and black boys? Is somebody indoctrinating black boys to be protectors and treat girls with respect and love them and build a family and treat them right? No. So this is a one-sided dynamic where black girls are taught to worship the black man and the black boy is just taught that that's what should happen. Just the entitlement. She's supposed to do it because you're a king. Yeah, right. Right. And you know what, 200 Maya, you said it'd be a whole bunch of E-Canes protecting and fooling with the Chris's. Man, you know what? E-Cane is a perfect example of a certain type of Pikmi because there are multiple types of Pikmis. E-Cane is one of the most dangerous type of Pikmi because she is a woman that prioritizes a man over her children. She prioritizes a man's presence over the health and well-being and emotional safety of her children. She don't care. She don't care if she's stressing them kids out. She don't care that she traumatizing them kids. She don't care about none of that. All she cares about if she can get that man of hers, and I shouldn't even call him a man, that man with gynecomastia. Isn't that the right way to say it? Gynecomastia? Do y'all know what that is? I'm about to give y'all the just in case y'all don't. Yes, it's gynecomastia. It is a condition where there is an enlargement of breast tissue in men, if y'all didn't know. That's exactly what Chris got, aka man boobs. Man boobs. Gynecomastia is the, medical term for man boobs. I seen a video just today of Chris taking his shirt off. Oh my goodness, that man had some titties. Titties, bro. Oh my goodness. I was like, oh my goodness. Holy moly. Look at them titty balls. Them titty balls. And this is what E. Kane is traumatizing her kids over. You traumatizing your kid over a man with titties. What? What? I can't believe it. Why, ma'am? Why would you be doing that? You are traumatizing your children, your innocent, beautiful children, for a man that has boobs. That's insane. That's so crazy. That's so crazy. You over here fighting and fussing and getting your stuff broke up by a man with boobies. Like what? Like I don't know. But anyway, yes, E. Kane is definitely a dangerous, dangerous, dangerous type of pick me. Because where do you draw the line? If you really want that man around and you're willing to let him knock your head between the washer and dryer, you willing to let him punch you in the face, smack you, cheat on you, break all of your TVs, destroy your furniture, knock stuff all over while y'all kids is there, what won't you do? If he decided to come in your kids' room, like would you say no? Or would you turn your head because you want him to be there so bad? I don't know. I don't trust her. I don't trust not a single solitary woman she has the means to leave and she refuses to do so. And she knows that it's harming her children and she don't care. Like that's like, yeah, you're a sick heifer. You a sick heifer. You really are. You need to get smacked. You really do. But you guys, it is what it is. I was hoping that I could get some men up here so that they could tell me about why they are filled with such self-hatred. But the only person that I got was a black man that did not know the definition of statistic, which was so embarrassing. Like, he didn't even know the definition of statistic. And I don't know. I don't know. It's every day I learn, and I see how really stupid a lot of people are. Like, and it's I don't know. It's actually sad to me. I don't know. Hold on. Let me bring up somebody else. Somebody just sent me a request. I don't know if it was accidental. Was it accidental or did you have something to say, Davis?
Yeah, no, I want accidental.
Oh, okay, all right, I got you. Let me start your timer, Davis. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I've been listening for about 10 minutes, and I don't negate the fact that there are black men in the country that do harm to our race and to our culture. But I kind of think your argument is one sided. It's like you're not holding women accountable at all.
Okay, so what do I need to hold women and black women accountable specifically for the actions that they are doing to ruin the black community actively? Could you give me three things
Well,
that don't directly connect to black men and their choices?
you say that don't what now? I'm sorry.
That don't connect directly to black men and their choices.
So I think women are also accountable for their choices as well.
Okay,
Um,
so no. Let's stay on what you said. I want to know what black women are doing in the black community to ruin it that doesn't is some not way in some way, some shape, form, or fashion connected to black men? What are black women doing to ruin the black community? What are their actions? What are they doing that they need to be held accountable for, but above before black men?
Well, I think that women on the side of black women, I think that they perpetuate a certain culture when it comes to womanhood that is looked negatively upon also.
Okay, so what is that culture and what does that mean as far as womanhood, and
I
how
get
does
I
that
get
affect the black community?
I guess you could say women like Cardi B as a rapper.
Cardi B is not a black woman. That's not a black woman. That's a Hispanic woman.
Okay,
She's not even
Lotto,
a black.
Meg the Stallion.
Okay, so what is Meg the Stallion doing to ruin the black community for our black women? What
So
action is that
so
causing?
so perpetuating um so you would probably call it body positivity, but it's also teaching black women to be too open with their bodies, which also then goes into, young women looking at it at a standpoint of, yeah, this is my body, but I'm gonna do with it what I can without teaching them, the proper safety guidelines behind what comes with that. So leading to things probably like teenage pregnancy, leading to leading to more advantageous or
Okay, so let me
disadvantageous
stop you right
things.
there. So maybe we can get on board with the same conversation. Once
Okay.
again, okay, I'm gonna just mute you real quick because you got like a reverberation. Okay, so let me say this again. I said, to what are black women doing directly to ruin the black community that is not rooted and connected to black men in some way? You mentioned teen pregnancy. A black girl cannot get pregnant without a man impregnating her. Now, does that mean that she's not supposed to protect her body and protect her womb? Absolutely. But that is also tied up to black men. So when we talk about the black community, we talk about the crime rate, right? The majority of the crime that's being committed in the black community is by who? Black men, right? Okay. So we talk about incarceration rates. Black men are the ones getting locked up and incarcerated. Black women's incarceration rates are extremely low. They're even lower than white women's. So let's talk about the next thing. We talk about labor, employment. Black women work the most out of all groups of women. So black men work the least out of all groups of men. We talk about education. Black women have the most education. So, and then let's even go down to crime. Black men are 8 times more likely to unalive each other than a white man is likely to unalive a white man. So black men unalive each other the most out of anybody in the United States. And also they unalive black women more than other races of men unalive their own women. So black women are 6 times more likely to be unalived by a man in their community, by a black man, than a white woman is to be unalived by a white man. So once we have all of these things, and we're not even going to talk about substance abuse, black men selling illegal substances in their communities and all of that, and all of the substance charges that black men have. So my thing is this, is that when you talk about all of these things, objectively, these things can be proven with statistics and facts. What would make you feel comfortable with all of these things going on with black men that you would want to focus in on Meg the Stallion and her making music, telling girls to twerk or whatever the case may be? Because once again, that goes around to black men. Because if black men had more self-control, because nobody's telling black men to keep it in their pants, they're putting it everywhere that they can. So it's like, if you don't understand what I'm saying, if you fix the problems within black men, every other problem that you would even say that black women need to be held accountable for will already course correct and fix itself. But go ahead, because I'm anxious to see what else you have to say. I'll restart your timer since I interjected. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, to be honest, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying as far as black men in the community. What I'm saying is, I don't think it's a one-sided thing to where it's just black men creating all the problems. I also do think, being a black man, being raised by a single mom, also having a lawyer as a dad, they
Let
taught.
me interject real quick again. I'm sorry, I got to ask you a question because you said you don't think it's one sided. It's not black men causing all the problems. But when you look at the stats and you look at what's going on in the black community, it is black men committing all the problems. Black men commit 90% plus of all the crime in the black community, all of it. Grape, robbery, unalivings, substance abuse, substance selling, all of that. Even the rates of black women being trafficked, ex trafficked. 62% of ex traffickers are black men that come to pimp out black women and black girls. So exactly how is it on both sides? Because black men are unaliving each other and us. We're not doing that. So where is it where it's not one sided? It is one sided. Statistically and factually, it is. This isn't to say that every black woman or black girl is perfect, but it is to say that the stats prove that it is indeed one sided. So I'm just confused.
Well, well, what I was gonna say is, I don't think that we should be pointing the finger at each other in our community. I do think it's systematic racism that perpetuates all of this. That's what I'm getting at. I don't think you should be saying it's black men, it's black men. Yes, of course, there are black men that do harmful things, but it didn't start that way. And that's what I'm saying. We shouldn't be pointing the finger at each other. We should be working together. That's what I came on here to actually talk about, to be honest.
Okay, well, I will say this is that there is no each other. That's not. Black women are getting unalived 6 times the rate that white women are by black men. Black men are everywhere hooting and hollering about how everybody else is better than black women. So there is no each other. That's not. And I find that when there are things that black men can say, point to say, hey, that's black women, yeah, there's never a we're gonna share in this. It's only when bad things are said about black men that y'all cannot argue with that then we make it to where it's an each other situation. And it's not. It's not an each other situation. Black women are not doing what y'all are doing to each other or to us. It's not. When you see black women, I say this all the time, with bonnets on, walking somewhere, and you in the nighttime, you're not looking at them sisters and like, oh my goodness, is she gonna do something? Is she gonna knock my head in? Is she gonna take me somewhere and grape me and pit me out? Is she gonna run my pockets? You're not thinking that. Now, if you see some brothers, you may feel that way, but if you see us, you don't. So that should tell you right there that it's not equal. It's not. It is indeed one sided. So it's just like that whole thing of working together. The only thing that can save black men is other black men. Black women can't help you do nothing. You don't listen. You don't do what you told. You don't even listen to the mothers that raise you. So it's just like exactly what we do. No,
Well,
y'all
well,
have to fix each other.
I can't say what black men do. I can tell you what I do. I listen to my mom. That's what I'm saying. I don't. I see what you're saying, because me and my sister talk about this all the time, and she has a friend who's kind of like you on your side, where she feels like there's no hope for black men and black women to work together. I, on the other hand, think there is. I do think there's a common ground to be met, and I also think that there are black men that listen, and there are black women who will listen, but I do think we just need to start healing with each other. And I hear you when you say you don't feel like that, but I do think there's hope for black people as a collective. And that's all I'm saying. Not
Okay,
that
all
I'm
right.
avoiding accountability. I'm not avoiding accountability at all, because I do believe we are in a patriarchy. And I also do believe that black men are detrimental in some sorts. But I also feel like there has to be conversations other than you are the problem, without it being such just bashing. It needs to be criticism instead of.
Okay, so let me just interject there. I did, and this is my thing. A lot of times when y'all come up here, y'all say that I'm bashing. I gotta mute you because you got like this reverberation there. Uh, I will say that a lot of times when y'all come up here, y'all say bashing. I said nothing to bash black men at all. All I said was the truth that can easily be fact checked. I didn't say that I thought black men were ugly, that I thought black men were nappy headed, why they wear their hair this way or that way, that black men are obese or badly built, or any of the things that I hear about black women when things are discussed regarding black women in the black community. I didn't say nothing about black men dancing or liking NBA young boy or any of those things like you mentioned surface things. I didn't say anything like that. All I said was literal facts that are happening in the black community. So that is once again the problem. If you cannot acknowledge the truth, if you acknowledge that you connect the truth with bashing, there will be no way for black men to ever get it together. Because you will get, I'm upset. I'm upset by this. This is making me angry. This is bashing me. No, the only thing that should motivate you to do, and even if this is not you, I don't believe that every single solitary black man is bad. But you coming to me and talking to me about working it out, that's not going to do it because once again, I don't have the psyche of a black man. Black women aren't doing this statistically. So you would need to go talk to black men about that. There's literally a case going on right now of a black man that had a wife, had a girlfriend, was messing with another girl, got her pregnant. She had the baby. He called her to meet him. He pew-pewed her all up in her head and took their 2-day-old baby and threw the baby in the water. And they never found the baby. These are the type of things that's going on in the black community. Period. And this isn't to say that there aren't any black women that have unalived children or done things, but statistically, it is not us. So you would need to talk to black men about this. That's what I'm saying. You would need to talk to black men about this behavior, not me. I'm gonna let you speak again, Davis, but I'm gonna go up here to Big first because Big, you said in the comments, all I read is that you said lies. And so this is what y'all do a lot. Y'all will call me a liar. And you can't because I've said nothing that you can't research yourself. So what did I say that was lies? It could have hurt your feelings, but it doesn't mean that it's a lie. So I'm going to unmute you. Please tell me. First thing I just want you to say is what did I say that was a lie? Please quickly tell me. What did I say that was a lie? Big. Are you there? I sent you a request to turn your mic on. Are you there?
Can you hear me,
Yes,
love?
I can.
Okay, I'm sorry. I come with respect, just all respect, no hatred, no nothing.
I
I
mean,
just
you called me a liar the first thing you
no,
typed
listen,
to me.
listen, no. I'm finna break it down if I get a chance to. I'm not gonna interrupt you. May I get the same respect? That's
I
all.
might
That's it.
give you
That's
the
all.
same respect or I may not. But I want you to answer my question first. What did I say that was a lie?
Okay. I can't do that. I don't entertain people like this. I
Oh,
appreciate
okay.
y'all.
You
Y'all
don't
be
want to
good.
entertain the truth. I got you. That's cool.
No, it's
I'm not
not the truth.
asking
You
you,
you 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 said
what
you
did I
might
say
respect.
that was a lie?
No. See, I come respect that. This is why,
Okay,
and
this
this
is
is
respect.
exactly
This is
why.
respect,
No,
sir.
that's not respect. When you tell somebody you might, I'm not finna waste my time, love.
Can
I
you just
appreciate
answer
you.
my question? What did I say that was a lie? What did
I
I say that was
appreciate y'all.
a lie?
I don't entertain no goofy shit like.
Oh, okay. Goodbye. Take your ashy. That's exactly what I'm saying. Do you see what I'm saying? What he tried to do is weaponize the way I said it because he didn't have an answer. Because I didn't say anything that was a lie. And that's my thing is that it's so many black men that are hyper emotional and hyper masculine, and that's a recipe for disaster. And that's the reason why y'all toe tag each other at a rate 8 times higher than anybody else in the United States. Is because of that emotional behavior right there. Because you come in here, you talk about respect. I come with respect. Nigga, you just called me a liar multiple times in the chat. So how was that respectful? You called me a liar and was saying everything that I was saying wasn't true in the chat. So what exactly did you think that was going to happen? Like, and that's my thing is that y'all cannot debunk me because what I'm saying is the truth. So how can you, it's crazy. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous. He just didn't want to admit he was wrong. I would have respected him if he did. I would have respected him if he just said, hey, you know what I'm saying? I tell the truth. Let's see here. FBA Detroit says you just called him a ninja. Yes, I did. Because he just disrespected me again. Talk about he's not on no goofy stuff. Like, and looking at your profile picture, I'm sure that you use the N-word on a regular basis. So I have no idea why you acting like you offended. Okay? Like, don't do that. Don't do that. FBA Detroit. Like, stop it. I gotta do something real quick. Hold on, you guys. I'm sorry. All right, hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Is this the man that you think doesn't use the N-word on a regular basis? That don't look like a Pookie or a Ray Ray to y'all? Like, I'm just being real. I'm just being honest. We all black for the most part in here, right? Like, y'all don't think this man uses the N-word? Stop acting like you so offended by what I said. Like, come on now. Let's keep it real here. Let's keep it real. You've heard the N-word before. And you've definitely used it. Okay? For sure. Oh my goodness. Once again, FBA Detroit, I'm gonna add you up here. But we're only gonna have a factual conversation. If you can't debug nothing that I'm saying, then what are we gonna talk about? What you have to say, sir? Let me start your timer. I'll give you a minute.
Oh, okay. So I was gonna say you just labeled me a Pookie and a Ray Ray, but I'm actually a college educated, career
I don't
orientated
care.
man.
You can be a college educated Pookie
You just
and a
you just you
college
just
educated
labeled me
Ray Ray.
though.
You
Then
can.
I was gonna say this. There's a certain time and a place to do everything, even to say the N word.
And this
You know
was
what
the
I'm saying?
time.
I just don't feel
This
like
was
in the
the time. I
presence.
don't care what you
Go
feel like.
ahead.
This was the time and this was the place and I used it. You're not going to chastise me for what had come out of my mouth.
No, I'm
I
not.
don't
But you
know
can
you.
still eat a
This
dick
was the
though.
time and
You
this
can
was
still
the
eat a dick
place.
though. You can eat a fat dick.
Okay, and you
And the
love to
balls
eat
with it,
fat
hoe.
dicks. And you love to eat fat dicks with your big bald-headed black behind. That's my thing. Like, since we wanna be insulting, I can be insulting. So let's talk about it with your big piano key teeth all up in your mouth. Can't even keep your mouth closed. Looking like you waiting for a fat dick to suck on. That's the reason why you brought it up. Because the dick that you really want is not here. So I don't know what you talking about. And God has smited you right there. That's why you ain't got a lick of head on your ashy, greasy head. I don't even know nobody that can be ashy and greasy at the same time. Okay, so what are we really talking about, Negro? And you know what? Since you have a problem with the word N-word, use a nigga. You a bald-headed nigga. You a big teeth having nigga. You a ashy and greasy looking nigga. You a Pookie and Ray Ray looking nigga. And you got small fingers, so I know you a little dick nigga. Is that better? I hope you feel better. Now let me go ahead and block you. Get out of here, bro. Like, I don't understand. Don't be mad at me because you cannot debunk what I said. Accept it or not. But one thing you're not going to do is police me on what I said. It's a time and a place. Yes, and the time is now, nigga. All right, let me find you. Where you at so I can block you? I'm going to block both of y'all. Okay, the big Ward, whatever his name is that was up here. And where's that other dude? If you guys, any of my mods are in here, if y'all could go up and look for that dude that was up here so that I can, let me see if I can find him. And I'll block him if I can. Uh, oh my goodness. Oh, snap. Oh, my goodness. Lord have mercy. These men really they be frying me. Frying me, bro. And they be feeling like if you say something like, honestly, what does you telling me to suck on a fat dick do for you? Like, I mean, this is the internet. It's words. Like, first of all, for someone to be affected by your words, they have to respect you. They have to hold what you say in high regard. Or at the very least, what you say has to matter to them on some level. Nothing that black men say mattered to me in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Honestly. So you insulting me will never work because I would first have to respect you, respect your opinion, and a whole host of other things for me to ever be affected by anything. So I just really need y'all to understand that. So y'all can call me all type of B words, bitter, all of these things, and it will never hit the way you want it to hit. But anyway, as I'm keep it going, like this man talking about he was college educated. Well, if you were college educated, then why didn't you take your phone while I was speaking and go look up the things that I said to see if you could debunk me? Oh my goodness, Miss Chrissy baby, you said he went to Everest? Stop it. You mean the one where that black dude was always like, get up off the... He went to ICDC. Y'all remember ICDC with Little Romeo? Wait a minute. He did his undergrad. He did his undergrad at Everest, and then he got his Okay, I gotta stop. Oh my goodness. Boy. Oh my goodness. Oh my, wait a minute. Oh my goodness. Who is this right here in the comments? Simea, She said, I'm so icy DC. Oh my goodness. Y'all remember that commercial where Romeo was like, I'm so icy DC. Oh my goodness. I remember that too. Y'all are doing too much. Y'all are doing too much. And I need all of y'all phones. Please turn them in immediately. Miss Chrissy, baby, she's always doing too much. I want your phone right now. You need to turn it in. And also, Samaya, if I'm saying your name correctly, sister, please also, both of y'all ladies, I want your phones. Y'all, that's it. You have no access to them for the next 2 hours. I need them immediately. I really do. I really do. Cause y'all anyway, like I said, I really don't understand why it is so hard for black men to take inventory on what's going on amongst black men. And then every time black men come up here, they always want to say, they'll either say one of the two, like the other guys that were up here, they want to call me a liar and go off on me, or there'll be other black men that will be like, well, not me. I'm not like that. Okay, I didn't say you were like that. I never said that because I don't know you. I don't take in your word that you not like that, but that's what you said. So, hey, if that's what you said, that's what you said. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the collective of black men and what's going on in the black community. And the 95% of the problems in the black community would be resolved if black men would get it together. That's a fact. You can't even talk about black teenage pregnancy without talking about all of these men that be trying to break their penises off and anybody that will let them. Lying to girls about liking them and acting like they do. And once they get what they want, leaving them alone and all of that other stuff. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, really, what are we really talking about? And in some way, some shape, form, or fashion, a black man always has to try to make it seem like it's equal. Oh, it's black women do it too. No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't do it the way you do it. And sit in that and accept that. It's just what it is. And black men, their normal default is to find some type of way to blame black women. Why? Because they're too afraid to blame white men and fight against white men because they don't want to get murked. They don't want to get unalive. They don't want to go in the dirt. So it's easier to blame black women because they know that black women don't have any protection. And there's nobody that's going to be standing up for them. But I do. I'm a black woman and I'll do it. So it is what it is. And yes, and black men are also afraid of each other. They're afraid of an issue happening. So my thing is, really, what are we talking about here? So it's just like, this whole dialogue where you're going to try to make it like it's equal and we're going to share in y'all sins, it's not going to happen. I'm never going to let you do it. Okay, exactly. And that's another point. How many female rappers are out here unaliving other female rappers? I'm not saying that it hasn't happened, but you don't see Megan Thee Stallion, where she goes and does her concerts, everybody's pew-pewing it up. You don't see it. You don't. And you won't, because that type of culture is normally surrounding black men. And that's a fact. Have you seen what's going on at NBA YoungBoys concerts? Like, okay. Anyway, let me go up here to this person. I think you've been up here before. Don't read this. You have something to say? Are you there? Don't read this. Are you there? I will send you a request to go. Are you there?
Hello?
Yes.
All right. So, basically, I was just listening to what you said, something about how black men are afraid of each other. I really don't think that's the case. As a matter of fact, I think it's the exact opposite. Because if you look at the statistics, we kill each other the most.
You got to say unalive. Can't say the K word.
My bad. But that's pretty much my point. And where I disagree with what you said.
Okay, yes. And what you said has no factual basis rooted in reality at all. That's the reason why y'all don't check each other. That's the reason why y'all make abandoned and broken homes and none of y'all say anything to y'all boys about it. That's the reason why y'all
I mean,
participate in X
y'all
trafficking
say
and
that,
rape.
but then you got to think. Y'all like worship Cardi B.
Okay,
She goes around
nobody
saying that
worships Cardi B. You worship Cardi B. Cardi B isn't even a black woman. So what are we
her
talking
biggest
about here?
fan base,
You worship it. No, okay, so I got you. Goodbye. I block you because I think
very
we've been here before.
masculine.
I got you. You're very unmasculine. So there you go. Like, and that's my thing, is that this is another thing that I really want to address today. Black men, when you call me masculine, that just is a reflection of you. Because if me asking you questions and having a certain tone of voice gives off masculine, that means that you just are, for lack of a better word, a weak biatch. Like, really, it's really just that simple. Like, you're a weak biatch. And this man that was just up here, he came up on my live the last time and didn't say anything. These be the weirdos that be coming in my lives. So, like, it's like they want to put masculinity on me, but y'all are the most conquered race of man on the planet. Literally. Y'all have white tea men do everything under the sun to y'all, and y'all do nothing. That is not masculine. Okay? So of course, anything that I'm doing comes off masculine because you're weak. You're buck broken. Like, y'all literally had George Zimmerman out there signing Skittles bags. And y'all let this man run around and do that. And y'all didn't do nothing to that man. Now, if it was a black woman that did something, y'all be everywhere beating her up, beating her down, cussing her out, trying to take her life. So y'all got to get real. Y'all have to come up with another insult besides masculine. Because why would I feel like I was masculine or whatever by the most conquered race of men on the planet? Like, what? Like, exactly how would that insult hit to me? I don't get it. How would that insult hit for me? When anything is I'm gonna look like Superman to you. Like, ugh. Anyway, this is ridiculous. Honestly, ridiculous. Like, and as I said before, I don't have any respect for the collective of black men. I don't. So anything that y'all say, it never really matters to me. It doesn't. Because I would have to respect you first for anything to hurt my feelings. And since I don't respect you, then what you say means nothing. What is that old saying? Wait a minute. I'm rubber and you're glue. Everything that you say bounces off me and sticks to you. That's exactly what it is. All right? I'm rubber, you're glue. Everything you say bounces off of me and sticks to you. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Super villain. I just let everybody know that I am definitely an older millennial, bro. Cause come on now, that's just, I don't even know why I said that, y'all. My bad. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for a black man to come up here and actually be able to debunk what I said. Master at Work says, if you don't respect black men, then leave them alone. I will tell you, there's only one black man that I respect in this entire world and it's because I know him intimately in his character, and that is my husband. That's it. No, I don't respect black men. And yes, I do leave y'all alone. Y'all, you were here just like these other bandits that came in my life are here. So why don't you, since you know that I don't respect you, master at work, which should be changed to sucker at work, why don't you leave my life? It's really just that simple. Why are you here? Get out. Go away. Kick rocks with no socks. Like, you got Kermit the Frog as your profile picture. Go somewhere and suck Miss Piggy toes. Like, get out of here, though. Like, I don't respect you, and I don't respect the collective of black men. And I tell y'all that every day, but somehow y'all still bring in y'all halitosis filled mouths to get into my life. Don't come back. You can say bye. I'll help you along because I'm going to block you. Goodbye. You said bye, I blocked you. So you don't even have to worry about that. Kels the Great says it's only my dad for me. And I get that. I really do. And that's what I'm saying. And that's what black men don't realize, that if there is a black woman that has any type of respect for black men, it's usually only one. One or two. It's never a lot for the most part. And the only time I ever hear black women say, like, there's a whole lot of black men that they respect and that is great and awesome and amazing are Pikmis. Really. So it's like, yeah, y'all don't do a good job of representing yourself in real life. Yes, in Sagittarius Gym, exactly. No black man slid for George Floyd either. They didn't. All they did is do a lot of hooting and hollering. And then they went to a lot of places. And what people don't understand is that a lot of those things, black women organized. So, yes, they didn't do anything but just hoot and holler. Hoot and holler. And I said this a million times, is that one thing that I can respect about, and it's only one thing, because I don't respect white tea people. But one thing I do respect about them is that if they really feel like something is really just affronting them, they get active. The men get active. Black men do not get active. They don't. They just sit there and complain and cry and beg. And to be honest with you, you know, that's really what Martin Luther King. Sorry, y'all. I knew I had to sneeze. But to be honest with y'all, that's what Martin Luther King did a lot of. Crying and begging. People going to doggone restaurants where the white people were and begging to eat they unseasoned food. Serve me, white people. Love me, love me. Make me a burger that you spit on. No, I don't want none of y'all unseasoned food. Y'all don't even be washing your hands. Why in the world do I want to fight to go sit in your restaurant? Like, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Like, black men have been begging for a long time. For real. And, you know, respect to MLK or whatever, but, you know, he was begging for a long time, yes, until the end. When he started to realize that that wasn't the way to go, they took him right on up out of here. So it is what it is. You know, I'm not with none of that. I don't care about acceptance from none of them. Like, I don't. If you're not black, I don't care about your acceptance or you viewing my humanity. Forget you. Because you ain't never gonna believe it. Because white tea supremacy has infected this entire world, the entire globe. And yes, just what B said, Tamir Rice, they did nothing. Breonna Taylor, they did nothing. Sandra Bland, they did nothing. Exactly. So, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like, I don't have any, and these are the men that want to talk about telling you that we should work together. Like the other guy that was up here, he didn't have to leave. He could have stayed. I would have let him speak again. But the other guy that was up here, Davis, that was like, oh, we got to work together. Work together how? Y'all don't work together. All y'all gonna do is put black women on the front lines. Y'all not gonna do nothing. Y'all not gonna step. Y'all not gonna get active. You're not. If you can't find some way to blame black women for it, you're not doing nothing. So it's like you want black women to do what? With y'all. Talk about some there is no, we got to rely on each other. No, we don't. Y'all out here, do y'all remember that girl? I really feel bad. I don't remember her name. But do y'all remember the girl that when George Floyd was unalived, she was at one of the Black Lives Matters rallies and she was like homeless or whatever, but she was still out there trying to fight for black men. And she had said that some black man had tried to like do something to her. So this other black man came up to her and said, I'll help you. I'll help you. You can come to my house. I'll let you shower and clean up and all of that. And he ended up raping her and unaliving her. Yes, Olatoyan. Yes. That's exactly what happens when you link up with black men. That's what happens when you link up with them. And you say, we gonna do something together. They prey on you just like everybody else would. Like, yeah. So it's just like really, this girl was out there trying to fight for black men. She was out there trying to put her life on the line for black men. Even though she had been harmed by a lot of black men, she still was trying to fight for black men. And how was she rewarded by a black man? She was rewarded with him raping her and taking her life. And she was young too. I think she was like 19 or 20. She was super young too. Super young. And the black dude was old. Old. So when people talk about, oh, the older black men, the elders, these older black men ain't no good either. So it is what it is, y'all. I don't know. I really be hoping that one day I can get a black man that will not come up here and attempt to deflect. And if you notice that, and before I get out of here, y'all, I want to say one more thing. Do you notice that anytime you talk to black men about the black community and what goes on in the black community, they always nitpick the smallest things that black women do and ignore the very huge things that black men do? I sat there and told that black man about femicide, about unalivings, about ex trafficking, about illegal substance selling, about incarceration, about low labor force participation. And all this man said to me was, Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion be telling girls to have body positivity, and they're making girls feel like it's cool to be out here twerking or whatever the case may be. What? So you mean to tell me that I told you all of these things that are actually affecting the black community, and you chose to focus on Meg Thee Stallion and twerking and her talking about running game on dudes? And we don't even want to go the music route, because what about NBA YoungBoy that is literally poisoning the minds of so many young black boys and young black men, making them feel like it's cool to be a criminal and an ignorant thug? But he never mentioned nothing about that, though. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's really something wrong with them. Like, it's something wrong with them. They never can address anything that you say. Never. Like, and that's my thing. I would really respect black men more if they would actually be able to have an answer for these things. You know what I'm saying? But they never do. And exactly like Supervillain said, Uncle Luke was promoting 304s before Megan was even born. He had women up on album covers in all states of undress. All states of undress. You know what I'm saying? The advertising and making women feel like that's the only thing that they had of worth or value. So it's like, what are we talking about? There wouldn't be a Meg Thee Stallion if there wasn't a Snoop Dogg. There wouldn't be a Meg Thee Stallion if there wasn't a Dr. Dre and Eazy-E. There wouldn't be a Meg Thee Stallion without a 2 Live Crew. There wouldn't be a Meg Thee Stallion without a Too Short. There wouldn't be a Meg Thee Stallion without a 3-6 Mafia. There wouldn't be a Meg Thee Stallion without a UGK. There wouldn't be a Meg Thee Stallion without all of these dudes that do all of this stuff, that say far worse, that have said far worse. So it's just like, really, what are we talking about, sir? And that's why I said, tell me what is connected to black women that black women aren't doing, that black women are doing that wouldn't course correct if black men would fix themselves. Huh? Because if black men would fix themselves, a whole lot of things would be better within their own ranks of black men, but also black women. But it is what it is. I'm gonna let these people speak. Go ahead, Kent with coffee. Let me set your timer. Go ahead.
Okay, real quick, whenever they go to the music, there is a song called Black Gal, I Don't Want No Jet Black Woman that was recorded in 1948 by a man named Alan Lomax. And also, let's not touch on all the gangster rap that was calling black women B's and 304s for all four corners of the earth to hear. Was it in the 80s, late 70s, 80s, and 90s? But all the way back into 1948, there's literally a song called Gal, I Don't Want No Jet Black Woman. And so that's it. I want to land my plane.
All right, all right. I got you. I got you. I got you. I appreciate you. All right, let me go up here to Mia. Let me start your timer. Go ahead, Mia.
Hi, you all. I'm just getting on. Have you been on for a while?
Yeah, I've been on for a little while.
Okay, well, hi everybody. I just saw this, so it's so weird that you posted it. I can only go off of what's posted. Why are black men filled with such self-hatred? Young Thug. I saw that and I immediately felt like they hate us because they hate themselves. You look at him and it looked like he wants to be not even a white man, but a white woman. They have some kind of obsession with whiteness, and this is what an inferiority complex to have you walking around out here looking like. And I saw it and it was painful. It was painful to see. I don't feel like there's any hope for black men as far as in America, or the women who are interested in them. I think it's just a small portion of black women who are seeing the light, who can actually be helped. But other than that, this race of people here in America for black Americans is the degeneracy has us too far gone as a people to ever be able to come to a place where we should be together as black men and women. It'll never
Okay,
happen.
yeah, I need you to stop right there because you said black Americans. Are you black American?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I just want you to make a separation and say black American men because black American women are fine.
I don't know. I think too many of us are still holding on to them and having too much hope, and that's where I see
Yeah,
the
I mean,
difference.
I can agree with that, but that doesn't mean that there isn't. There are plenty of black women, even in the amongst of the black women that have hope for black men that are doing fine, that are doing well, that are not criminals, that are law abiding, that go to work, come home, take care of their kids, take care of themselves, enjoy life. So I just want to make sure that there's a separation between black American men and black American women. Because like I was saying earlier, you weren't here, is that too often we as black women share in the sins of black men, and we should not do that. We are not the same. We are not behaving the same. We are not living the same. There is nothing wrong with black American women. Now, I'm not saying that we're all perfect or anything like that, but there's nothing wrong with us to say like, oh, there's no hope for us, because there's definitely hope for black women, for sure.
I hear you, but I'm specifically talking about the diehard black male worshiping groups of women in our culture.
I mean, I don't know, because you specified black American and there are black male worshipers across the diaspora. There's plenty of black male worshipers in Africa. There's plenty of black male worshipers in the UK. There's plenty of black male worshipers all over, because black women have been indoctrinated to worship black men, while all the while simultaneously not being worshiped by the men that they are worshiping. So I don't know, like it just rubbed me the wrong way
That's
that you specified black American women, because
that's
it's, yeah.
understood.
All right, I got you. I got you. Let me go up here to Lily. Lily is coming in. Go ahead, Lily. Let me set your timer, sis. Go ahead.
Hey Trey, hey everybody.
Hey.
Um, when the last lady was just speaking and she said that they want to be white women, let me try to compose myself. Um,
No, what? I didn't hear that. She said that black American women want to be white women.
no, she said black men want to be white women.
Oh, okay, okay.
Now, when she said that, it got my wheels to turning. Um, we all know that they were buck broken, right? What if the quiet part that ain't so quiet is that they actually enjoyed that and they don't know how to contend? And so it would actually make her statement a little valid. And then wouldn't it also make sense to why, even though their marriages don't pan out, but why they gravitate toward white women more in relationships and things of that nature? Like, I mean, for status and whatever else. But like I said, my brain was just I wanted to share that. Y'all do what you will.
All right, all right, all right. I got you. I got you, Lily. I think that black men have been, and I can't say that they've been hoodwinked by black women, by white women. I do believe for some reason they believe that they are wanted or, by these women. But I believe most white women, right, that choose to engage with black men, they engage with them for one or two reasons. One is because they are unattractive, they're a cast off, and they cannot get the men in their community to like them. So the type of white men that they want don't want them. So like a woman that is, and I hate to rate people, but a woman that is a 3, a white woman that's a 3 in the white community is an 8 in the black community because black men don't care what white women look like. The whiteness is the attraction. So she goes from a 3, she's an instant 8 in the black community. So either that's number one, that she is looking at black men because she can't get anybody else to like her. Or number two, it is white women have no power underneath their structure with white men, right? White men are at the top. They always going to be at the top. And they make sure that white women know that they're at the top. They make moves to show that, right? And I think some white women are tired of having no power at all. So when white women get with a black man, they get the illusion of like having a man. Maybe they want penis or maybe they want a man around or male, companionship or whatever. But there is an imbalance of power with a white woman and a black man. She knows that her whiteness will always trump his maleness and his masculinity. The first time she cried wolf, the first time she say he did something, the first time he put his hands on her, the first time anything, it doesn't matter what she's done, she's going to be believed 99% of the time. It's the same way that white girl that unalived, what's that dude named Telvin Osborne?
Kelvin,
She
yeah.
popped his top and how she got off. They said, hey, even though all of this is suspicious, even though you lied about what you said happened and it found out something else happened, then you said you was cleaning the pew-pew, but it found out you wasn't cleaning the pew-pew, found out that you was mad at him and this, that, and the third because he came in late. And she still got off. That is what white tea women like that look for, that they can still have some type of semblance and power and control and domination over a man. And they know if they're in their own community, they'll never be able to get that. I can't tell you how many like TikToks and stuff I've seen of white women talking about how the court system, when you're getting divorced from a white man, how it favors white men. And there's so many white women leaving with nothing and getting okey doked. So I think a lot of white women want to have some type of power and they choose black men, but black men are so stupid that they believe in some crazy way that these women, they're in charge. You ain't in charge. The minute that white woman wises up and uses her white privilege, you're cooked. You're completely cooked. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But I do think that black men want the power that white men have, but they are too afraid and too weak and too conquered to ever attempt to take it. And I'm not saying that there haven't ever been any black men in history that have tried, but we know what has happened to the black men that have had some type of, self-esteem and power about them. They've been taken out. So the only ones that are left are the weak ones. And the weak ones procreated and their lineage keeps going on and on and on. So what you're left is with a collective, not all, but a collective of black men that are weak and afraid and terrified. So they are cool to be in the power structure, be beneath, be at the lowest, as long as they can be above black women. That's it. As long as they can be above black women and punch down on black women, they Gucci. And as long as they can get a white woman to where they can pretend that when they put their penis inside of her, that they're sticking it to the white man, which they're not. All they're doing is bolstering the white man's numbers because the majority of people that have biracial children, especially black men that have biracial babies, they go white after. So once that generation is passed, boom, your lineage is already white again. It's white. So they're not sticking it to the man. All they're doing is bolstering the white man's numbers. So once again, I think all of that is what black men have going on. And all of it boils down to what this whole topic of this live is, which is self-hatred. Black men being filled with an endless pit of self-hatred. And that's it. And will it ever change? I don't know. Will they ever be able to stand up and stop being the footstool for the white T man, or stop begging and crying and pleading for a group of people that have no moral compass to act in a moral way? Yeah. You are pleading for white T people to look at their morals and look at your humanity. White T people as a collective have no morals, and white T people as a collective don't view black people as human beings. So you're asking them for something that's never going to happen. Never. You see how crazy that is? But it is what it is, you guys. Let me go up here. Lily, did you have anything else to say, sis? And I'll go back down to everybody.
No, I don't. I just wanted to get that off real quick.
Oh, okay. I got you. I appreciate you, Lily.
All right, y'all.
All right, sis. Let me go down here to Mia. Did you have anything else to say before I get out of here, Mia?
No, that's pretty much it. I just enjoy catching your lives. I'm just happy to be here and happy you brought me up. Good night, everybody.
All right. I got you. Appreciate you, Mia. There was somebody that sent a request in the box. I think her name was Kaisha. If you're still in here, Kaisha, if you wanted to say something, you can. For sure. Hey, how you doing? Let me know if I said your name correctly.
Kaya?
Oh, Kaya?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have something to say, Kaya?
Yeah, I grew up in a small country town in Texas. And I've literally seen what you just said. I had to request up because I've seen this happen 3 times, that a black male has gotten in trouble, jail time, suspended, all of it for being caught with a white girl. Rest of their life messed up. I've seen it time and time again. So it's just, they always just seemed a little weak to me. I never applied it to every black male, but that's what I've seen. And it's like, why even take that chance? Just for sex with a white girl. And I always wondered, like, what would make them, weigh their life on that exactly? If y'all understand what I'm saying.
I definitely understand what you mean, Kaya.
It always kind of interested me because, like, I've seen it, you know, time and time and time again. And like I said, small country town in Texas, in the South, they know better. The history between black men and white women have always been that. So I just always wondered, like, why try it? Why do that? Like, what type of self-esteem do you have to allow that to happen? You know? But that's all I wanted to come up and share. That is, it just kind of came to my mind. So I decided to tell my fellow black women, and that y'all are precious. We are precious. We make this world spin. Know your power. That's it.
All right. I got you, Kaya. I appreciate you, sis.
Thank you.
I will say that really the deal is just, Kaya was mentioning, it's just self-hatred. Like I said, there is a deep-seated self-hatred that black men have for themselves, for their blackness. And I also feel like I said earlier, they like to feel like they are sticking it to white T men when they're really not, by having intercourse with their daughters. If they really wanted to stick it to the white T man, they would act like they had some sense and treat the women in their own communities with respect and make healthy families, get married, because black men marry the least out of any race of man. So they would marry the women that they impregnate, stop making broken homes, and build a very strong foundation in their families. If they did that, you know what I'm saying? Then they would be sticking it to the white T man. But they choose to not do that. So in reality, they are assisting the black man. I mean, excuse me. In all reality, they are assisting the white T man. KBH, I'm about to block you. Goodbye.
I do want to say something real quick. When you just said that, I was thinking to myself, they always say things like, the white men are jealous because black men are sleeping with their women and all this. And I said, where do they come up with this? White men made a whole section in porn called cuckold to watch you sleep with their women. They're freaked out like that. Like they never cared about you sleeping with white women. If white men cared about white black men sleeping with white women, they would have been put a stop to that. They don't care. They know this benefits them by way of like when they have money, their women being able to marry those men and take it. So this benefits the white community. It also benefits them genetically since their birth rates are down because, like you said, those biracials go on to be with white people too, especially the biracial males. So this doesn't do anything to white men. And then as far as them sleeping with them, white guys like to watch and see this type of stuff. They've never really had a problem with black men sleeping with white women. The only thing that white men really value about white women is the fact that they give birth to them. And that's the exact same thing that black men hate about black women. But white men actually value themselves. So this is what they do love about their women, the fact that they give birth to them. So they will grant them a certain level of protection and things. But it's the opposite toward us for black men. The fact that we put them in a world that they can't seem to stand upright in and be on the same level with these other men, I think they take it out on us and they see us as a struggle or something that reminds them of just pain and hardship because we birthed them into something that they feel like they can't survive in. And then they blame us, really. I believe they hold it over black women's heads, whether
I'll
we
give you
know it or
100.
not, their fathers not being in their lives. I think they low key really blame the mothers for that. Like, he left because of you. Like, this is your fault. And they have these daddy issues. So that's just what I wanted to say.
All right, all right. I got you. I got you. All right. So I wanted to just address like two things that you said. I definitely agree with you what you said about. I think you made a great point when you talked about the cuckold and stuff like that, and that white T men don't care about black men sleeping with white T women. That is absolutely true. They don't care. And I think that anybody that doesn't know anything about anything, white T men don't respect white T women. Like I said before, white men started red pill. They started the whole get in the house, go in the kitchen and make me something. Shut up. I'ma smack you up in your mouth. If you don't do what I say, you better do how I say because I'm a man. All of that. That whole thought process came directly from the white tea community. It was never something that black men were able to get off with black women ever. Black women were working right along with black men. So it was never no thing where the black woman was at home cooking and relaxing while the black man was at work and all of that. It was never happening that way for the black community. So you're actually totally correct on that behalf. And me personally, what's crazy is I know someone myself who was having intercourse with a white T man's wife while he was watching him. So I know for a fact that these things are actually true for sure. Like I said, so this whole idea that black men are sticking it to the white T men by being with these women, that's not
Every
true.
white
And
T
I
man
don't
not from it
just
not
one
like that
second.
though.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Um once again, I feel like we got to understand that this is how white tea men behave. And I actually believe black men already understand that. I believe that's just something that black men tell themselves, a lie they tell themselves, and also something that they want black women to believe because to face the truth about why you're doing what you're doing, which is self-hatred, that you're weak and buck broken, I think that's a very hard pill for black men to swallow, truthfully. So I think that's the reason why they have to come up with all these other lies about why they're really making the decisions that they're making. All right. Money, I don't understand what you came up here for. What did you have to say? I'm gonna
I
give
just
you
wanted to ask a question like why not
focus on like what y'all got going on
What do we
instead of
have?
bashing
Okay.
like the black
Okay,
man.
so
Like
let me say this. Let me stop you right there, and then you
that's
can.
not helping the black
Okay,
community at
so
all.
once again, stop. Don't unmute yourself again, because then I want to ask you a question. So you said focus on what black women are doing. So this is what I'm going to ask you after I tell you this, just like I told the other black man that was up here. Black men unalive each other at a rate 8 times that the white man. So a white man unaliving a white man, a black man unaliving another black man. Black men are more likely to do it 8 times more. Black women make up 10% of the female population, yet they make up 59% of the unalivings of women. And 95% of the time, a black woman is unalived is by a black man. Black men are the least employed, the least educated, the least working, have the lowest labor force participation rate, the highest incarceration rates. They are the most likely to leave you a single mother, regardless of your race, and black men marry the least. So once again, what would black women focus on that wouldn't be resolved if y'all would focus on what y'all got going on first? Huh? And why is me telling the truth bashing? Because every single thing that I said to you right now is a documented fact. So how is me telling the truth
And y'all don't have problems.
bashing? What's the problems? What are the problems that black women are doing to ruin the black community? And make sure that you don't say
What?
that it's nothing that can be connected to a black man. So don't talk about having children, because black women can't get pregnant without a black
Y'all
man
get
putting a
government
stent in it.
assistance. Y'all work for the government, bro.
Who works for the
Y'all
government?
like
Yo, mama? Like, what are we talking
no
about?
you.
What
My
does
mother
working
got
for the government have to do with anything? Goofy, I know that you've been institutionalized. So when you was in
nah never
prison,
in my life.
you was working for the government. So once again, answer my question.
Never been locked up
What
in my
are
life.
black women doing statistically to ruin the black community? Give me an answer, quick, because working for the
Y'all was the
government
first
is not
ones
an
to work
answer.
with the government. What are we
Working
talking
for a
about? To
government is not the answer.
destroy the family.
Goofy, goofy.
Destroy your
That's not
family. What are
destroying a
we?
family. How are you? You know what? The stupidity. It's very taxing on my spirit. How would working for the government ruin the black community? Huh? How would government assistance ruin the black community? I really wish that y'all would stop it, because it is 2025. And that whole thing that y'all like to lie about that happened for a very short time period of the man in the house rule, that happened decades upon decades upon decades upon decades ago. So what are you talking about? Huh? This is crazy. What is wrong with you Negroes? Huh? Like this Negro said working. Working is ruining working is ruining the black community.
I
What?
ain't gonna hold you.
Oh, and I'm not gonna hold you either. Don't unmute yourself. It's several people ahead of you. Go ahead, supervillain. Oh my goodness.
As per usual, it's never a surprise, but always a disappointment. I'm gonna just say this: we have dispelled that welfare thing a million times. I mean, Kevin Samuel can come down. I said come down, excuse me. Come up from wherever he is and tell black men that the welfare thing just isn't true. And they still gonna run with that narrative. It is unbelievable. This is why I say at this point, I say yes. Black women accepted a block of cheese and $25 because that shit was better than dealing with the majority of black men at this point. They are so unreasonable and illogical. Can we even just point to the fact that most people, black people around that time anyway, lived in the South? And in the South, they weren't getting that. That was more up north, and it only happened in like 3 states for about 4 years. By the way, if somebody is well fed, they're not going to go looking for welfare or food stamp. If somebody can pay their bills, they're not going to go on the welfare line. If an apartment or a home is in your name, you can't get kicked out unless you aren't paying your mortgage or your rent. Like the math, but of course they don't know that because most of them don't own homes or have a rental apartment in their name. So I don't blame them for not knowing that. That's how you can't get kicked out of your home, by paying your bills and taking care of your family. But the thing is, they wanted us to starve. They wanted our children to starve. That's it. By the way, Trig, they never say how a lot of them actually ran away to second families and took the welfare with them. They'll never tell you that part of the story. They'll never say that. But anyway, I came up here to talk about the self hatred. Um, there was a comment earlier in the live. I didn't get a chance till now. That said, I think you called it out. That said, why are we still talking about this? Mind our business. Well, that's what we did. We minded our business when y'all were talking about welfare. We minded our business when we worked, and y'all said we were in a home. We literally minded our business during civil rights when y'all were chasing white tea women. We minded our business when y'all were knocking us upside our head and raping us during the Black Panther movement. We literally been minding our business this whole time. We're not going to do that anymore. It's not working. We're going to tell the truth. That's what we need to do. Shame the devil. A lot of y'all are walking around degenerates, and we're taking the brunt for this. It don't matter how good you raise your son. A lot of y'all still choose degeneracy. We have plenty of examples. I said that the other day about Jadakiss. Jadakiss raising a two-family household with a loving father, loving mother, and still chose to be a gangster rapper. He has no idea about what it was to grow up with struggle, but look what he turned out to. Look what he chose to do. At this time, we have to do the only thing we haven't done, Black women, is tell the truth and separate ourselves. They keep saying come together. You know what happens when we come together? Our heads are literally knocked off our bodies every 3 to 4 unemployed Black men business hours. Stop listening to the cap. They're holding on by a shoestring because we're not taking it anymore. And they see one thing about Black men that I give them credit for. They got some foresight. They can see the drift coming. That's why they're doing extra heavy artillery work to talk about come together. 2 years ago, y'all said y'all was going to another country. 2 years before that, y'all said white women were the prize. We're not doing it no more. Black women, I need to let you know there's nothing wrong with you. I'm not going to say Black women on an individual, there are no bad Black women, but as a unit, we're doing what we need to do. We are literally what is a surviving piece of the Black community. And guess what? Everyone hates us because we don't want the proximity to whiteness that everybody is literally unaliving themselves for. Everybody's looking at us like, aren't they supposed to be on the bottom of the totem pole? But we don't strive, by and large, some of us do, for that white tea proximity. And that's why they're upset. They don't understand that even though they think it's the worst thing in the world to be a Black woman, I would wake up every single day happy that I am nothing but a Black woman. I need Black women to understand that we need to retake our power. It's going to be hard work. We need to depend on ourselves and look to ourselves for community. It's a lot going on and a lot that will be coming up, and we need to get our affairs in order now. We can't keep doing the same thing expecting a different result. I'm a yield there. Thank you, Trey.
All right, all right. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, super villain. I just wanted to say two things real quick. Number one, when Black men bring up this whole like Black women getting welfare and food stamps and all that, we already know that that was a short window of that father in the home rule, just like super villain mentioned. But I also wanted to say that if Black women were getting their needs met by Black men, if Black men were able to feed them, able to feed their family, able to give them money so that they could survive, then I'm sure that Black women, just like Supervillain was saying, wouldn't turn to that. Because if you look up the percentage of people that steal, I know stealing is not the same as getting government benefits, but it says that there have been plenty of studies where it says that 90% of shoplifters cite inflation and economic hardship and poverty as motivators for stealing. So that should let you know right there that when people are destitute or they have nowhere to go, that they go and try to get it how they can get it. And Black women had to choose between them and their children starving or getting this assistance. So that is more of a reflection on Black men than a reflection on Black women. And for the life of me, I don't understand how Black men don't see that. If your woman has to go out there, according to you, begging a white tea man for some food, and for some cheese and for some meat, that's a poor representative of you as a man. Because ain't you supposed, you say that you there, so they told you that you couldn't be there no more. So you the man, you supposed to be in the house and your family got to go beg for some cheese. How are you a man? How are you supposed to be doing anything? But that's number one. Number two, I wanted to talk about the reason why it's so important. Like I said, when I had all of these lives where I talked about Cardi B not being black, and the fact that she's not, but Cardi B is weaponized against black women, her being a doggone 304 bust down, pregnant by another man, having intercourse with other men while she pregnant, going around with her booty that looked like it's filled with cement blocks, looking like a ghetto caricature of what she perceives black women to be. And that her people, the Hispanics, the Latinos, whatever, it doesn't fall off on them, but it falls on us. Look at all the black men that came up here when they wanted to say something. They the first person that said, well, Cardi B does this, Cardi B does that, Cardi B. And I had to tell them, excuse me, Cardi B is not even a black woman. So think about this to any black women that are in this live that believe Cardi B is a black woman. Know that she will be weaponized against you. Her piss poor, low class, trifling, gutter behavior will be weaponized against you. And she's not a black woman, and she's admitted to that. But I just want to say that. But let me keep going. Go ahead, Miss Chrissy, baby.
Can I just say one more thing? I'm sorry to
Oh
interrupt
yeah.
real quick. And he had the nerve to talk about work for the government when y'all literally sold smack to the community that the government gave y'all for 2 decades that entirely changed the DNA of black people for the rest of their life. Where's the money? Trig, I'm convinced they're hiding the money somewhere. There's no way they did that for almost 2 decades and there's no money left. Where's the money? He's talking about working for the government. Y'all worked for the government. Y'all were literal street scientists for the government. I yield.
All right. I got you. Yeah, talk about working for the state when he and his daddy been state property. You was working making license plates for the government. So shut up. But anyway, let me keep going. Go ahead, Miss Chrissy, baby.
Hey, Trigger. Hey,
Hey,
ladies.
sis.
I really want to address this because I'm noticing this on a lot of the times on these panels. Literacy. It's a problem. I don't even know how you're supposed to. I mean, we can't come together with the femicide rates, the traffic, all the stuff that's going on that you keep explaining over and over that they constantly ignore conveniently. But outside of that, you can't even have a legitimate conversation with them because the lack of comprehension, literacy, and education. And the real scary part is because the ego is so inflated with them that they are starting a wave of anti-intellectualism that's at pandemic proportions right now. Like, I don't want to read a book. I don't want to go to an academic institution, but I'm going to still declare that I'm very intelligent based off of fallacies, dreams, and YouTube videos. And how do you have a conversation with anyone that refuses to educate themselves? Like they they punch in the air, like punching, kicking, sliding down the wall. Like, no, a book, they see a book, they run in the other direction. Like, no, I don't want to learn. And they turn it on YouTube and Call of Duty and no, this is where I'm getting all my education. F that. I'm smarter. I don't know if it's supposed to be like they're rebelling against the fact that women are the most educated and hold the most master's degrees and we're starting to climb for PhDs. And they want to move away from that because they're I don't get it, but you can't have a conversation just based off of what I heard today. There's a huge gap between us. If we're the most educated and they're the least educated, how are we going to have a conversation that make any sense collectively? That's all I had to say.
All right. I got you. I appreciate you, Miss Chrissy, baby. Yeah, I don't know. The lack of education is blowing me too. The literacy is out the window. Yeah. Oh. Okay, let me go up here to Uno. Go ahead, Uno. Let me set your timer. Go ahead, sir.
All right, so yes, ma'am. I'll first off want to say that dude at first, man, he was tripping. He do not speak for, you feel me, black men whatsoever. Complete ignorance. But I think he was trying to point at the government assisting black women for, I guess, single parent households and them getting the money. But that whole thing, that doesn't make sense. It's no excuse to not be a family or the family we once were. I get that it was like some type of trauma bond to the government, because I guess the whole black business or black Wall Street idea of people fearing, even in my city, Birmingham, Alabama, at first there was a very strong black forefront or family-like structure, even in, I guess you could say, 4th or 20th Street. But they broke that down by putting a highway there or putting drugs or locking men up or profiling. But again, we can't have excuses. We can't fall into a victim or a blame type of mindset. That's not going to move us forward as a people. I hate the whole pointing fingers, and especially as black men, when your goal is to, or let's say this, your sole objective should be to protect the black women at the end of the day. That's the backbone. That's who raising the next generation. So it really doesn't make sense to me to play the blame game whatsoever. That's pretty much all I had to say about bro.
Okay, all right, all right. I'll just say when it comes to, talking about like playing a blame game and stuff like that, I don't know exactly what you meant by that, but I really do feel like that's always a deflection, because black men are the problem in the black community. They're the ones causing the majority, 95% of the problems. That's just a fact. So it's not to be put the blame on anybody. It's just to tell the truth. The truth is the truth. If I go outside in the daytime and I look at the sky and I said it is blue, that's what it is. It's not me putting the blame on anybody else. It's just saying, hey, the sky is blue. So what's going on in the black community? Black men toe tagging each other and toe tagging us, and ex trafficking and all of these things, and incarceration rates and illegal substances, and all of these things are black men. They are doing it in large numbers, and black women are not. So it is a blame to be put there, and it is squarely at black men's doorstep. Now, either black men can acknowledge that and make moves to do better, or they can't. Like when we talk about like government assistance and all of that other stuff, black women wouldn't do it if they had somebody that was taking care of them. If they were able to have a father for their children that actually had something, and what's crazy is that black women, it's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, because when black women say, hey, I don't want no brokies, I don't want to go 50-50. I want you to be able to do this, that, and the third. Black men are screaming and hooting and hollering and talking about, oh, you don't deserve that. You don't deserve that. You deserve to go 50-50. Who you think you are? I'm not paying for you. I'm not doing this, that, and the third. So then when black women give these broke men a chance and do all of that, and then they end up on government assistance, now it's, oh, you should have chose better. You should have been looking for a better type of man. Why you on food stamps? Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. So my thing is that 95% of the problems in the black community are caused by black men. And if they were to course correct and fix their behavior, the majority of the small amount of problems that black women have a hand in would be fixed already. And it's really just that simple. But let me keep going to Mr. No Good, who is back. I uploaded the live that you were on, Mr. No Good, and honestly, you really stressed the ladies out that listen to you in the playback. But go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'll do better next time. And what's up, bro?
Not this guy. Oh my goodness.
Go
Shout
ahead.
out to Uno, man. I'm from Tuscaloosa, Uno. What's up, bro? But I'm gonna answer the prompt. Why are black men filled with such self hatred? I think it's a nature versus nurture thing, with nurture taking over, stemming from like systemic racism, stereotypes, lack of role modelship. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? That shapes our reality, for the most part, as being boys, from boys to men, that really like just get the whole picture in our mindset, to like, you know what I'm saying, what we internalize from boymanship to manmanship, if that's a word. If it ain't, I made it one. I stamped it. um
Hey, what do you consider self-hatred like that black men display, that is like like you said, the nurture situation? Can you tell me?
can you repeat that for me?
Okay, so like what behavior do you see black men display that would make you think that it's self-hatred that comes from the situation that you were saying, as far as they're being raised?
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, like denouncing our mental health, you know what I'm saying, strained relationships, self-confidence, shit like that. I mean stuff like that, I'm sorry.
Okay, so my question is that if it's about the environment that they're growing up in, then why aren't black women and black girls behaving the same way that black men are when they grow up in the same environment and the same households? So how come black women aren't toe tagging each other and toe tagging black men and going to jail in record numbers and being the least employed race and the least educated race? Why is it that these things are only happening to black men and black women are being raised in the same environment? Why is it that only one is behaving in a certain way?
I think we take the latter end of it because of our programming is different. It's set up for us to fail. Like I feel that when it comes to like how we perform in life, men have their vices and women have their vices, so it gonna show up different. um like if we shine a light on whatever men do, I feel that like it'll be a lot because
What
like
vices do black men have, are you saying?
you know what I'm saying, like you can see the trope that's placed on us, that we supposed to protect, provide. So anything that's like shining on that, it'll be basically like a counter to it, if you will, if that makes sense. It'll be a counter to everything that's supposed to be a positive reflection that we supposed to give off.
I don't necessarily know everything that you're saying, but I'll just say that I think that's a deflection because black women have the same experiences. Black women experience racism, sexism, people trying to hold them back. Black girls that are in school are more likely to be suspended and disciplined and expelled and punished when they're in school, and a whole host of other things that happen to black women and black girls as well. The same things that happen to y'all, the same roadblocks that happen to y'all are the exact same. There is no difference. The only difference is that black men feel like they have an out to say that. To say, oh, it's just the white T man's the system. That's just the way it is. And there are people that will go along and let y'all get that off and believe that. They will coddle y'all. But there is no coddling for a black woman or a black girl. I say this all the time. If a black girl gets pregnant and she's young, nobody's talking about, hey, how do we know if she was sexualized when she was a kid? Somebody could have touched her. Somebody could have made her feel like giving it up is the only way to love, or what happened with her father, what happened with her mother. Nobody cares. All people do is say, that is a 304. She shouldn't have did this, that, and the third. However, if a young black boy goes out there, unalive somebody, goes rob somebody, goes do something, it's the white man. It's the white man. It's the system. It's the structure that he's in. There's always an excuse to be made for black men. And that's, y'all have really began to really believe that. You are not different from black women. You do not undergo any type of stressors more than black women do. Matter of fact, we have more stressors because not only do we have to deal with other races of people preying on us and doing things to us and taking us out of here, we also have to be scared of y'all. Y'all doing it. Y'all preying on us. Y'all putting us in the dirt. Y'all touching us. Y'all raping us. Y'all doing things like that to us. Y'all don't have to worry about that on any high level coming from us. So my thing is that y'all are not victims. Black men are not victims. You make the choices that you make and you do the things that you do. And the only thing that I will say that black women participate in is coddling black men and letting black men live in this false delusion that they got it so hard and that nobody else has it like them, when black women have it exactly like y'all. It's the same way that y'all run around here and talk about y'all the most desirable man on the planet and all these other races of women like y'all, but then simultaneously everybody hates y'all and everybody's racist against y'all. If that's the case, then how are you the most desired man by these women that are being raised by these men that hate you? Doesn't make any type of sense. And those are the type of delusion and nonsensical arguments that black men do. And I believe that in order to cause some type of change in y'all, and even if it doesn't cause a change in y'all, it should cause a change in black women by not feeding into that anymore. There is no difference between you and I. There's no difference between a black male and a black female. We all are going through it under this oppressive system that we're under. It's just that a lot of black women choose to do better because there is no option, because black women are not coddled and babied in the way that black men are. But let me keep going. To let's see here. Optimistic. Go ahead, optimistic. Let me set your timer.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yes. It says why are black men filled with such hatred, self hatred. Um, you gotta understand the way black children are raised. Like we're not like black. Like I don't know, they're raised. We're raised to not care about ourselves all the way around. But black men, they're heavily programmed with the gangster rap, violence. I saw a 14-year-old black boy run up
Okay,
on a
so
yellow
let me
school.
interject right there and say this, because you keep saying we, and you're a black woman, right?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, you keep saying we. Number one, we didn't start gangster rap. That was black men that started that. So
Yeah,
they
yeah.
are contributing to this problem. Black men.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
They,
yeah,
they're,
yeah.
they,
So what
they,
I'm saying is all of these problems that I'm sure you're about to mention are caused by black men and not black women. I just want
exactly.
to make that clear. It's
Yes.
not us.
Yes. It's not black women that's doing it. Like you saw the song that what was it called? Hit him in the spot, knock his dreads off. That's talking about blowing the black man brains out, and everybody was dancing to it. Literally, this is what black men are promoting, and they're dancing to it. And literally, they promote all the bad stuff. I saw a 14-year-old black boy run up on a yellow school bus to shoot and kill a 12-year-old
You
black
can't
boy.
say those words on the live. You can't
Oh,
say SHOOT and you can't say unalive.
on the live, he was going to bang bang or pew pew a 12-year-old and unalive a 12-year-old. Of two kids were trying to unalive each other. And I don't know, our community. I feel like our community is just through. That's all I feel. That's all I got to say.
Okay. All right. Let me just say this is that once again, I feel like what optimist, which is just like the other lady that was up here. I want black women to stop using words like we, the black community is cooked. No, black men are cooked. It's black men are the problem. Black women aren't going anywhere on no school bus in any high rate and unaliving nobody. They're not going up on no bus with no pew pewing people. They not grabbing nobody like the one boy that just got unalived for his Rick Owens got lured somewhere and they took his shoes off and unalived them. Not saying that there aren't any black women or black girls that commit crimes, but we know that it's a very small percentage that's happening, right? So the people that are doing that are black men and black boys, and it's really just that simple. So I am tired of black women sharing in the sins of black men. It's not us to say we, to say the black community, which includes who? Black women and black men, is to share in their sins. We are not doing it. So why does it have to reflect on us? It is not us. When people see us anywhere, they are not thinking that we are going to blow their pew pew their brains out of their head. They're not. When black men see us, they're not like, oh my gosh, I wonder if those young ladies with the bonnets on are going to run my pocket. It's not happening. It's not happening. So once again, black women have got to stop sharing in the sins of black men. Black men are responsible for 95% of what's going on in the black community, period. And when we talk about
100%
rap,
of it, actually.
and when we talk about rap and we talk about all of these things, these are all creations of black men. Black men know what this is doing. You better believe that black men know that the things that they are saying is affecting black boys. They know it. At now time, with all of the studies and scientific studies that have been done, we know this now. We know we knew it back then, but we definitely know it now that music influences. Music has a spirit to it. You see all of these boys, if anybody can't see the NBA Young Boy concert clips and flicks on TikTok and see how all of them kids are dressed, how all of them kids are acting, and how they have been directly influenced by that knucklehead, I don't know what to tell you. It's very known, but black men do not care. They don't care about the influence that it's having on young boys. They don't care that it's making boys unalive each other. They don't care that it's causing young black boys to be criminals. They do not care. So once again, we gotta stop this. We gotta stop this. Like I there's no sharing in it. And this whole idea we talk about like it's the system, it's the system, it's the system. Then why is the system not doing that to black women and black girls? And I don't even want to say it anymore, but just don't do that. Like it's literally insane. And if I've already told you about it, it's a sign of coddling. Like you're actively coddling black men every time you do that. And you are directly contributing to the problem of black men living in a bubble of delusion that they live in now. That somehow black men aren't that bad. Anyway, let me keep going. Go ahead, Kalandra.
I definitely want to say I agree with you on that point. I think that black women, we have to stop coddling these men. I thought you, when I saw you went live, I thought you were talking about that case about, I don't know if you heard about that case where that man he unalived his child's mother and threw the little baby in the
I
what?
did mention that.
You saw it?
Yes.
I saw it on Instagram too. When I tell you I cried so hard. I was like, oh my God. But I definitely agree with you. I think black men are not taught self-regulate emotional regulation. I think that, like you said, they're coddled. um you're always gonna have a black woman who be like, well, he like this because of this. You can't do that. And I feel like black women really need to stop doing that, because when you're doing that to your sons in his early years and he goes out and he unalives a woman, you're gonna have to take some account. Not saying that, you're gonna have to take some accountability in that too. I feel like black men are filled with self-hatred because I feel like they just don't like themselves. I feel like when you see a certain type of people who are in charge, you kind of think, maybe being like them is the way to go. And I also feel like black men do like dog black women all day because they think that makes them white tea. I saw the Young Thug thing with celebrities making their skin lighter, and I think that's really crazy because but it's not really surprising to me because, like I said, we're in a conservative society now, like in a conservative way. But I really think black men's self-hatred comes from their ignorance, their third grade reading levels. You know what I'm saying? You thinking that you can, oh, if I was this color, I would be this. But to people who always blame rap music and stuff, I definitely agree that music plays a part. But I mean, for me, I done heard them songs and I ain't never thought to go rob no gas station, go hurt somebody. But I definitely think black men need to be taught emotional regulation at a early, they not running up, right, run up each other. I definitely agree with that. But I feel like they pick and choose who they like want to target. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. I feel like they're weak and I think they punks. I feel like they pick and choose who they want to target. You're targeting a woman because you know what I'm saying, she's a woman, but I feel like I feel like they punks and I feel like they weak. I wanted to explain it, but it wasn't probably going to come out right.
Okay, all right, I got you. I'll just say with what you said about like the music and that, you never thought about doing anything like that. That's because like we can acknowledge that there are differences between black men and black women, black females and black males, whatever you want to call it. The culture is not going to speak to you in the way that it speaks to a black man because it's not curated for you. There are some few little girls that are affected in that way by that type of music, but most of the time it's on the level to speak to black men and black boys. And that's the reason why they're affected by it way more deeply than you are. And the person that was in the comments that Tori, I think there was, I sent them a request. They didn't answer. So I just blocked them. But they mentioned, and it was a woman. She said like, oh, you must not have a black man in your life or whatever that loves you or whatever. I do. He's actually I'm in my chair, this like little cushy chair that I be in my bedroom, and my husband is in the bed asleep because he got to go to work. He just passed out. So I do, but I do think that y'all like to shame black women into silence. And that is a very, very big problem because I never see y'all shaming black men into silence when they have all of these doggone lies where they talk about black women, call them everything but a child of God. I never see none of y'all buckethead mammies in there at all saying don't talk about black women like that or whatever. And I don't see any of these black men that want me to spare them ever anywhere in those lives telling them don't talk about our sisters like that. I never see y'all nowhere. Y'all are never anywhere to be found. And me telling the truth once again, because I don't do what black men do. I don't get up here and call black men nappy headed. I don't call black men nappy headed, ugly, wide nosed, overweight, obese, this, that, and the third, and attack their looks and say this. I don't do any of that. Talk about the way they wear their hair. Why do you have locks? Why don't you have a cruddy cut? Why don't you have a low cut, low taper, or you don't have a caesar waves? I don't do any of those things, but black men do those things every day. All I do is tell y'all things that you can take on your phone and look it up. So how in the world am I bashing anybody by telling the truth? That is a deflection and that is an attempt to silence me. I have said nothing about black men that is untrue. Everything I said, you can look it up on your phone. I beg you, debunk me. Debunk me, I dare you. But you never will because nothing that I say is not true. So y'all really got to get a grip and stop doing that to people. Honestly, it's really disgusting. And it's like a bottom of the barrel, low tier argument, really, to do that, to try to just say that I'm bashing because you can't debunk me. Somebody in the comments, twin swag, get in a box. What am I lying about? Get in a box. Get in a box. I will let you speak for 2 minutes uninterrupted. Y'all always do that. Y'all always call me a liar. I bring y'all in a box and all y'all do is stutter like Joe. Stutter, 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 stutter. And then you just end up leaving. Because once again, me saying the truth and it hurts your feelings, that doesn't make it a lie. It really don't. It doesn't make it a lie. So tell me in a box what I said was a lie. But I know that you won't get up here because you're just in your feelings. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, you spending your time mad at me. You should be spending your time mad at the fact that you got that do-rag on looking stupid like that with them two little antennas hanging down. Looking like you should be on a block somewhere. Like, that's what you should be mad about, but whatever. Let me go down here to Uno. You said you had something to say. Let me start your timer. Go ahead, sir.
Damn, I'd have forgot. But no, I was so I'm reading the prompt now. Why are black men filled with so much like self-hatred? It might be because they see like none of them or people that look like them in a place of power. And so it's internalized hate. And that's why they take it out on people closest next to them, like black women or the next black man. And so, I mean, it's all based in ignorance. Yeah. But the real question is like, bro, how we going to stop this? Like, how can we possibly fix this? Because if not, like,
Yeah, that's something that you need to talk to black men about.
no,
That's not
yeah, I
something you can talk
do.
to black women about.
I
So you have
definitely
to talk
do.
about it.
I'm
Like,
I'm that
yeah.
person. Like everybody know, I'm that person. I'm the
Oh, well,
revolutionary.
yeah, then you need to, do some revolution over there with black men because there's nothing that I can talk to you about how to get black men to stop it. Black men don't
Yeah.
listen to black women. They don't even respect black women. They don't even get married. All they
o-
do is make baby mamas. Like, black men are the least likely to marry
Okay. All
out of
right.
everybody. That's a fact. Black men are the
Yeah.
least
I
likely to
mean,
marry. So
like,
yeah,
oh, go
like why
ahead. Go
would
ahead.
I mean, my thing is that why would you think that black men would listen to black women? So you would need to talk to them about how you guys can stop that or how
Yeah.
you can influence somebody not to.
Yeah. So I will say this though. Most of my friends that's like dead or in jail, they mothers did kind of like coddle them a little bit. I will say that. But for like my homies who had like good mothers or like a strong supportive household, they doing pretty good. You feel me? They like me and whatnot. But yeah, I'm still working on a plan, bro. Don't worry, I'm gonna figure this shit out, man. I'm gonna save the race on something for real.
All right, all right. I'll say Supervillain made a great point. Oh, sorry, I muted myself. Supervillain made a great point to what Uno said is that about the power thing. There are literally countries where there's nobody but black men in power. And it's rife with corruption, misogyny, massage noir, abuse, rape, DV, all of these things. Also, still lusting after non-black women. So my thing is that it's not just always the lack of the power that black men have that caused them to do that at all. So I wish that we could address that there are the same issues in black men that are here in America are the same problems that exist across the diaspora. And at some point we have to ask ourselves, why are these problems plaguing black men everywhere? And why aren't black women responding in kind? How come black women are not affected in these ways? And what does that mean? But I think to answer those questions is to make a lot of black men very uncomfortable to face the truth about of the character of the majority of black men. Not all, but the majority. Kalandra, you had a question, and then I'm gonna go to Mr. No Good.
I had a question for him because he said that the men that he knew that are dead in jail, their moms coddled them, and then his friends who had two-parent households, they didn't turn out like that. My question is, what did he mean by that?
Okay, I was not blaming the mothers because at the end of the day, it's up to like that person's choice. Like, you feel me? We all done had our hand dealt, all types of cards dealt to us in life. It's really up to you. Like, no matter what, it's up to you. That was all I ain't even mean. You feel me? No disrespect.
All right, I got you, Uno. All right, let me go over here to Mr. No Good. You there? He got his thing off, so I will give him a couple seconds to figure this out, but see if he's there. But yeah, I don't know. Look, I like when I made this topic, I don't feel like there's anything that we as black women can do, nor do I think there's anything that we should do to try to do anything as far as to correct the actions of someone else. But I will say that the only thing I feel like we could be responsible on any level is the mamming that black women do, the coddling that black women do, and just like how there were multiple black women on this live panel today that attempted to share in the behavior of black men and talk about we keep unaliving each other. No, we don't. No, we do not. Black men are doing that. They are unaliving each other and us at high rates. We are not doing that. So I want black women moving forward. I don't care if I have to do a live every other day and state this. Black women, you have got to stop sharing in the sins that black men commit. You've got to stop it. I saw a debate with a black woman going at it with a white man, and he was talking about how the black community, the black culture stands for violence now. Black men are unaliving each other and they're going to jail and they're doing this, that, and the third. And she's just sitting there trying to argue the points. When all she had to say is, let's talk about black women. Are black women doing that? Are black women doing that on any high level? The man would have had nothing to say. She could have said, hey, did you know that the black woman's incarceration rate is lower than the white woman's? We commit less crime. So what are you really talking about? But you know what I'm saying? She didn't say that because black women are indoctrinated and programmed to share in the sins of black men, to be the doormat, to be the mammy, to say, oh, let me protect my king. Let me go ahead and stand in front of him and take all of the pew-pews. When these black men collectively would never do the same for you. Never. And when I say never, I mean never. They've already shown that historically that they will never. Look at what's going on right now. Black men don't step and do nothing in protection of nobody, not even each other. People go over there in their communities, white tea people, white tea cops slaughter them, do them the most dirty way, and they don't do nothing but sit there and cry and hoo and holler. Please, please, please stop, please stop, please stop. They don't ever do anything. So do you think men that will not even protect other men or themselves are going to protect you? Absolutely not. So once again, stop sharing in the sins of black men. We are separate. We are. So that's all I want any black woman to take out of this. And a side note, stop believing in these, these non-black tethers and parasites like Cardi B. Don't let them represent you because they will only connect the worst of Cardi B to black women. That's it. Anything that's terrible, anything that's degenerate, anything that's out of pocket, they're going to throw on to black women. You know what I'm saying? Like if you see Cardi B daddy, you see Cardi B daddy, you see Cardi B mama, those look like black people to you? No? Oh, okay. So why is Cardi B being lumped up with black women? It's a shame. All right. Lastly, let me let Uno say something real quick, and then Calandra, and then I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. Go ahead, Uno.
All right, so I had a question, and you were speaking about a rapper like not how do I say this? The rapper not being like the representation for black women, which I completely understand. There's plenty of black female rappers, or my bad, black women rappers that are bad representations, bad role models, or whatever. But I mean, it's the same for men. I don't think we should let mainstream media paint the picture for us at all, to be honest. And I think if you mention how there's a rapper that's like kind of the forefront of black women, or kind of like the face, or at least they try to make her to be the face, then you should also mention it for like black men, like, NBA Youngboy, Lil Durk, them people who don't really represent us. Cause it's a lot of black men who got their stuff together and like really helping the community, if you think about it.
Okay. I'll just say this is that when we talk about like black rap or black female rap, right? I said this already earlier. When we talk about Meg Thee Stallion or somebody like that, what harm is she causing in the black community truly? Is she causing black women to unalive each other? Is she causing black women to go into lives of crime? No. However, people like NBA Youngboy, which is documented that these type of rappers have a direct influence on the psyche of young black men and young black boys. That's just the fact. Like, see how they dress, see how they act, see how the things that they do and who they're following behind. So there's always going to be a difference between black female rappers and black male rappers. And there is no comparison at all. Not to mention that, as I said earlier, without an NWA, without a Dr. Dre, without a Snoop Dogg, without a Too Short, without a 3 6 Mafia, without a UGK, without a Dr. Luke, without a 2 Live Crew, without any of these rappers, there wouldn't be a Meg Thee Stallion. Black men set the trend on what was supposed to be mainstream, which was degradation music. And women just followed suit. So it's just like, really, what are we really talking about? The proof is in the pudding, the behavior that comes along with each one. And we can talk about that these mainstream rappers don't represent black men all day, but anywhere where you go, you see a lot of black men. What are they dressed like? How is their hair looking? How are they carrying themselves? Are the majority of the young black males that you see in business suits or business casual? No. They got on skinny jeans and everything that these rappers have on. So definitely mainstream rappers are affecting the psyche of black men and black boys. So I don't get that at all. Like, I really don't understand like what we're saying. Um, yeah, and as far as anything else, like I said, the actions of black women and what is affecting them is also, the proof is in the pudding. Black women aren't doing any of the things that black men are doing, and they're listening to this music. So clearly, whatever's going on, black women aren't being affected in the same way. Neither are the rappers. You don't hear about black female rappers being unalive, being pew-pewed in Roscoe chicken and waffles, or being pew-pewed while they going to get some cookies like Young Dolph, or being pew-pewed while they on the highway, what is it, the Dallas Tollway, like Mo 3, or their tour buses being pew-pewed up. You don't hear nothing like that happening to Meg Thee Stallion or Nicki Minaj. Like, let's be real here. There is a difference. So yeah. Let me add these. Mr. No Good, I'm gonna let you speak first. You was here. I don't know what happened, but go ahead.
Yeah, I had a phone call, my bad. But I like
No
Calandra
problem.
had I got a feedback.
Oh, no. I just said no problem. It was cool. You got a phone call.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Calandra had brought that up the other day, and this is what I was speaking toward the other day. Like, not excusing men at all, and not trying to put the blame on women on anything, but I feel like both sides have some negative things that they need to deal with, because like they promote 304 culture that's outside of, I'm not gonna say it's outside of human nature, because I think we're meant to be promiscuous.
What harm is 304 culture causing in the black community?
It caused triangulation between families. It promotes a lot. If you get into the nitty gritty of it,
What?
huh?
What?
Yeah, like I said, it caused triangulation between families. It caused bad health. It's a lot. It's a lot. And
So you don't
just
think that black male rap has 304 culture in it? where they
It,
talk
it
about
does.
women getting on their hands and knees and doing all of these things? Like, what are we talking about?
No, I agree. I'm not saying that men hold the better hand. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying both sides has their own detriment to its decided gender. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying both sides are not equal, but it have its own shares to both sides.
I don't agree. I don't agree. I don't think that the majority of black women that listen to Meg Thee Stallion's music or 304 music, as you call it, are actually going out there and being 304s. The proof is not on your side. The birth rate for black women and black girls has gone down. So that would be the only way that we could even minorly correlate what black women are hearing and listening to their behavior. However, a whole lot of things that black men hear in the music that they choose to listen to is evident in the stats of their behavior. So it's like you keep trying to make things to seem like it's like somehow on an equal side, and it's not. And once again, like I said earlier, Meg Thee Stallion would never exist without being already pre-programmed by the piss poor sexual music that was put forth by black men that told her that that's the type of music that she's making. She said that she was heavily affected by Too Short. She was heavily affected by UGK. She was heavily affected by 3 6 Mafia. She never mentioned not single one woman that she was affected by that caused her to make this quote unquote 304 music. So without black men, 304 music wouldn't even exist.
That's
But
true, host. That's true. But can I add to this respectfully? I understand that, and I affirm everything you're saying, right? But however, this like saying, okay, this person hurt me, so I'm gonna continue to hurt, right? So I
have
understand
you
what you're
listened to
saying.
Meg Thee Stallion? Like, have you listened to a whole
I
album of
love
hers?
me. I
Have
love
you
me.
listened to a whole album of hers?
A
Like
whole
from its
album though.
entirety, yes.
Not whole album. I ain't gonna lie
Okay,
like that.
then you can't speak on it. I do. She doesn't make even 304 music. Like I don't. What you're saying is ridiculous, and to
No,
even
no.
compare
Listen,
this
what I'm
is
saying. I'm
crazy.
just saying by false identification. Like women identify falsely by listening to those narratives that the top echelon women of rap provide for them.
What do you mean? What do
Like
you mean
you, I'm
identify
not.
falsely?
I don't feel like there's no absolutes in the world. So when I say something, I'm just adding something that could be you know what I'm saying, added to the pack. This what I'm saying. There's no such thing as the absolute. So we can't just quantify one thing and say this person is doing that and it's hurting everybody. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like if you categorize things that's going wrong in like for the women gays, it's things that's coming from the media. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if it's nothing positives pushed, you can't really like blame it on nothing else but what's on that side of the media.
Okay, well, I just wanted to say that I wasn't speaking in absolutes at all, even when it came to female rap. That's why I said, tell me what you can find that is tangible data to prove that rap music, somebody like Megan Thee Stallion, is truly causing great harm or grievous harm to black women. And I said that there's no way for you to prove that because the birth rate amongst black women and black girls are down. That would be the only way that you could say, wow, look at this. Megan Thee Stallion got all of these girls busting it open. They're pregnant everywhere. Look at this. So what I'm saying is that when you talk about music like Lil Durk, the NBA young boy, and the rest of these ashy Negroes, they are actively affecting these young boys. That's the reason why black men unalive each other at a rate of 8 times more higher than a white man would unalive another white man. So I'm not speaking in absolutes. I'm just speaking in a factual perspective. And I don't know what you meant when you
I
said
got you.
like black women identify falsely with Meg Thee Stallion. I think that most black women are self-aware enough to know that the things that Meg is able to do, the majority of women are not going to be able to do that. Even as
Mm.
far as the men that she will have access to. But let me just keep going and let
Hold on, host. Can I say that
yeah.
one last thing, please? Hold, let me say that. So, like, when I look at it, and you right, I'm not saying nothing you saying is wrong. I'm gonna lead with that, right? But I'm saying like, just think about it. This is an example. So, and I'm not trying to like sway you to believe me or nothing, but it's just conversation. So, I feel that like whatever the men. When I say equal, I know it's not equal. I'm not saying it as an absolute, but I'm saying it as a metaphorically. So
if you think about it, whatever the male rep don't unalive off, the women come along and cause triangulation for the norm, for the normal people, right? So just like I forgot what artist it was, but they was like, what I'm gonna do with $200, Steven? So a man that's trying giving his money to a woman, that kind of cause triangulations because he's not at the peak what she call you know what I'm saying, I don't know, man, fake it, go to somebody else. No, man.
All right, okay. I'll just say that that thing that you were talking about, about the $200? I saw a whole lot of stitches for that, and most of those women were with their men, and it was like a comedy, like a fun sketch. I mean, fun sketch, whatever you want to call it, sketch. So I'm confused at what you mean by that. But in my opinion, if a man can only give a woman $200, why would you be with them anyway? And I think that's another problem is that black men often are not forced to compete for black women. You feel like black women should be accepting the bare minimum from you all, and that you are the prize, and that black women are supposed to bend over backwards and do all of these things to have you. And I just don't agree. I feel like if what's the deal? It's much better for a black woman to be by herself and pay all of her bills without the stress of a man around than bring a man around that wants her to go 50-50 and also do all the household work and everything else under the sun. Like, I don't know. What did you say, Calandra?
I just
Yeah.
feel like the reason why black men don't like female rap music is because they're not teaching women to marry them. They're not teaching women to accept them. They're not teaching women to have his baby. They're teaching you to play these men for their money and move on. And I think those are things that black men sometimes do to control black women. And that's what I think they problem with it is. And that's why they call it 304 culture. They telling you to use these niggas. I'm sorry, use these men for their money and keep them going. Don't let them trap you with a baby and keep it moving. And that's what their problem is because those are things that some of these men out here do to trap women.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you, Kalandra, for sure. I really do. I think that's a lot of it is that a lot of times, historically speaking, black men were used to giving black women the barest of the bare minimum. Black women working a job, paying, like, because of what it says here in the United States, that the majority of black women are either the sole breadwinner or the main breadwinner in their households where there are black men present, or they are co-breadwinners. So black men are used to not having to do what other races of men have to do to be able to have access to their women. And now that there are more black women saying, hey, yeah, no, if I'm going to be with somebody that's not going to really be doing anything and you just being around, why would I do that and have that extra stress of you being here when I could just have my peace and be at home and pay my own bills and take care of myself, and I don't have to worry about the stress of you being there? So yeah, I definitely agree. But let me go up here to Blizzy because he been waiting for a minute. Go ahead. I'll start your timer. Go ahead, Blizzy.
Hello. Yeah,
Hello.
some of the things you said is kind of true, but you need to know the story behind rap music because you know rap music, there's like ninjas that be in the hood that
Wait
be
a minute.
doing
Are
this.
you black? Are you black?
Yes, I am black. Yes, I
Okay,
am.
I just want to say that I don't want to hear about the story of rap music. You're not even from the United States.
But
You're
it's
not
the
even
same
from
thing.
America. So
But
the
they
story
say the
rap
same
originated
things
here. So why would I listen to somebody that's not even from America tell me about the origins of a form of music that originated with my people?
because
Like
they say
what?
the
I
same
mean, you know
things.
that's
They say the
nuts.
same things about drill.
Yeah,
They
it
say the
no,
same
it
thing.
does. I don't care what they say about drill. I don't give a doggone what y'all got going over there in the UK. You want to talk to me about the origins of rap? Is the first thing that came out of your mouth. Rap originated here in America, so there's nothing that you're going to educate me on about some place that I live. You get what I'm saying? That's nuts. That's like me trying to tell you about the origins of beans and toast and asking you why your food is so nasty and telling you that I know why. That's crazy, right? So like what are we really talking about? And Rima said you're not even black. Let me block you, bro. Like y'all weirdos. Y'all gotta get a grip, bro. Goodbye. I blocked Blizzy. He gone. He should be dropping off in a second because I blocked him. Cause that's nuts. Do y'all know how crazy it is? Somebody from the UK gonna try to tell me, wait a minute. Let me tell you about the history of rap. The history of rap. Like, are you crazy? What? Like, the things that people do on these lives be like mind-boggling to me. Like, what? Why would I? You don't even live here. You don't even go here. And you think you gonna inform me on a form of music that was started where I live? What? 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 You know what? You know what? You know what? That just really made me mad. I really should have just asked him why they be putting tuna on potatoes. Have y'all seen that where they call them jackets? Potatoes, they call baked potatoes jackets. And they sit there and go put a whole bunch of tuna salad on the top of a potato. I seen several videos of them eating potatoes with tuna salad on the top. That is the most diabolical. That's from the pits of hell, bro. That's demonic. Do you know that it's demonic for you to put tuna salad? That is satanic, baby. That is satanic, bro. What's that one dude? Do y'all know that one dude? I think his name is like Marco or something. And he like has all of these, like, he posts all these videos of food and stuff like that. And he calls the people that be like doing all this crazy food, he calls them like warlocks. And he'll be like, it's warlockian and all of that other stuff. Like, bro, that's how I feel about that. Like, come on now. You putting tuna on potatoes, like you're a savage, bro. Like, I don't even understand what type of palate you have to have. Yes, and blood pudding too. I don't know what type of palate you have to be satisfied with that. I would rather fast forever, okay, than ever eat any of that. And if y'all watch my lives, y'all know that I alternate day fast every other day. And on the days that I don't, I intermittent fast. So I'd rather just fast before I ever in my life ate that. But anyway, y'all, I'm about to get out of here because now I'm rambling, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thanks to all the ladies that came up today. I appreciate y'all so much. You guys were so intelligent. And, I'm glad that we were able to have a discussion. And even shout out to the men that came up here too. Like, even if I don't agree with y'all, some of y'all still had a respectful conversation, and I respect that. Now, I had a couple weirdo dudes up here too, but the black men that were respectful, we had dialogue. I have no problem with y'all. But yeah, I just wanted to say one last thing before I get out of here. Black women, if y'all don't take anything out of what I said today, number one, please stop accepting non-black women that have a drop of black blood in them and calling them black women. The only people that are expected to do that are black people. Okay? That's it. Cardi B is not black. Evelyn Lozada is not black. Erica Mena is not black. And that's the reason why when these women get mad at you, they call you a monkey. They call you a roach. They call you burnt. They call you black. They say, oh, your man like me. Because they know that they are not black women. They just prey on your self-hatred and also your desire to want to be in company or included in some way with these non-black women. That's it. So that's number one. And number two, the last thing that I want you guys to do is to stop sharing in the sins of black men. When people talk about the crime rate, when people talk about the black community and how it's in shambles and crime rate, incarceration rate, how black men are unemployed, this, that, and the third, make sure that you say not black women. That is a black male issue. Please do not share in the sins of black men. Please don't do it because it's not you, and it will lower your self-esteem. It will lower your self-esteem if you sit there and take on the things that black men are doing as that we are doing it. We are not. We are doing better than ever. Black women are the most employed race of women. Black women are the most educated race of women. Black women are very fast growing homeowners. Black women their birth rate is going down. So y'all said y'all don't like baby mamas? So black women said, cool, well then let's not be that. Okay? So black women incarceration rate is extremely low. It's even lower than white T women's. So think about all of these things when you think about yourself, the positive. You are awesome. You are amazing. You are valuable, sister. And please make sure that you separate yourself. It's really just that simple. Please, please, please stop. Stop, stop, stop. Let me block this person right here that said something in the chat, cluck or something like that. Goodbye. All right, I'll see y'all later, okay? Love y'all.